Forward, a band next to our studio, fucking practicing. I don't know what kind of music it was. They were still practicing. You can kind of hear it a little bit in the beginning, but don't worry, because they stopped, because we filmed this for a while, and by the time we were done, it was really late. So check it out. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more of our podcast. Let's get into it, bro. Let's fucking do it, yo. Let's fucking get it. Dude, I'm not that hairy, bro.
I kind of am. I'm Italian. So
Yeah, Italian.
I'm part Italian. I speak in italics, and I'm just kidding.
When people
You just
say
speak
that,
just like, hey, yeah, what's up, dude? Just like all crooked and shit.
when people say that, like I'm Italian, I love that.
I'm
bro.
Italian.
Like instead of Italian, there's I'm Italian.
I'm Italian.
I just feel like like that's like the redneck way to say it. And it's like, let me get you fucking Italian. Look at him, motherfucker.
damn Italians.
Oh,
Good gosh. Good gosh.
Good
You know.
gee golly willikers, Tom.
Golly gee.
It's good to see you guys. I'm sure I've already told you guys this, but it's good to see you guys.
yes. Welcome back, class, and it's in order. We're here again. We're gonna
Class ass is in session.
This is our back to school special.
That is true. School did start again.
Special
Not for
ed.
me.
Not for
Been
me
out
either.
for years now.
I haven't gone to school since I was like, fuck.
I knew that I would. I was like, I'm gonna go to college when I know I won't waste all of that money.
Exactly.
Just to like not. Try,
See, that's what,
you
like,
know?
when I was going to college, like, literally, I would ditch school more than I would actually go to school.
No, yeah, and I felt the same way with like our two friends, Jay, and then one of my old friends, Hirschberg. I saw them go to school, and I was like, yeah, no, I'd be doing the same shit you guys are doing, not going to
Dude.
class. Like,
I mean, I went to the
half-assing
classes that I
everything.
enjoyed doing. Like, I went to, like, my music theory class,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I went to, like, my theater arts class, which was pretty cool. But, like, dude, I had a math and an English class, and, like,
I heard
my math class was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I told my teacher that I could never come to the Friday class because I had a job that I only worked on weekends.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, just like make sure you're like caught up with your assignments and shit like that. And I did that. I still fucking failed because
Jesus.
I failed every fucking test because I did every single assignment,
But the
but the tests were just fucked.
Yeah, no. I'm
Dude,
bad at
I went to college right after high school, and part of me wishes that I would have waited, just because I would have probably did a lot better in college if I, applied myself and didn't fucking, party as much as I did.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we were partying a fuck ton.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, when people say, oh yeah, dude, college parties and stuff like.
Yeah.
Our college wasn't like that. Like, my college was mostly dudes because it
Yeah.
was an entertainment arts school. Shout out Full Sail. I fucking hate you. But when I went, and there was like 3 girls in my graduating class, fucking like 200 dudes or whatever.
Yeah, well, were they hot?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
dang.
like,
See, that's weird because
I'm sorry, all women are beautiful, but like, I just wasn't looking for that type of girl, I don't want a girl that had the same interests in me. I want someone that I fucking bicker with, It makes things interesting. But
see,
like when we would party, dude, that shit you would think like, oh yeah, they probably just like partied at some apartment or whatever. We would go to public pools, set up turntables, and
hell
fucking
yeah.
have parties.
See, that's sick.
Like fucking gnarly shit. And I hate to be someone who, oh yeah, dude, we fucking party, it's crazy, But dude, like
so
fucking
illuminated.
dude, the
fam. It
fucking
was like-
party, dude, is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
see,
I
like
can imagine.
you went to like a trade school. I did too.
It was university. They Full Sail University.
Yeah. No, I know, but like you were saying, it was a entertainment
accelerated
arts.
learning. Yeah, I was there
Yeah.
for 2 years. I got my bachelor's.
See, like I went to the Musicians Institute,
It's like
and
the
it's the
same
same thing. It was
Yeah.
just a bunch of fucking dudes, and like the girls that were there were, for the most part, pretty good looking.
Yeah, but you're in California.
Yeah, but also, I mean, it's all musicians.
Yeah.
and like musicians are weird as shit, as we all know.
I agree.
And like,
See, a chick
we
that
are weird.
Can outshred me on guitar. I'm just
dude,
like, damn,
surprisingly
okay.
enough, there was a lot of girls there that most of the girls that went there were singers. So I mean, obviously, like, and dude, and because basically how Musicians Institute was set up was you applied for the program that you like specialized in. For me at the time, it was bass. So I was in a class with like the same like 40 people. It was such a small like class of people. So I was literally in, you know, like jazz, funk, blues, like theory and all that stuff with like the same people like every single fucking day. So it was really cool. But like dude, it was what I hate about, okay, like, cause you know, I play guitar now, but like what I hate about like the musician, like the real musicians that just sit in the benches, like outside school, just shredding, trying to sweep. And I'm just like, fucking stop that. It's so douchey. Like if you're doing that at Guitar Center because you're trying to figure out like what guitar to buy, that's one thing. But if you're just at school on a break in between your classes and you're shredding just to like show off, like fuck that.
Like,
exactly.
Practice it at home.
Because like, I mean, we had rooms where you could like, they had like rooms like kind of like this big, where you could like go in there and kind of like have your private lessons and stuff, and like you could like do that shit there. But dude, it was just really annoying walking around campus, just being like, I just wanted to take every fucking like guitar player's guitar and just smash it over their fucking head. Like, stop that shit. But it was really fun though, because the best part of like, I don't know what the best part of your schooling was, but like they had what was called the live performance workshop. So basically what that was every day they would have time slots that you would sign up to do like different genres of music. There would be like pop, jazz, funk, blues. Then like on Friday there was like heavy metal. So like you'd play like Lamb of God, Avenged Sevenfold. It was fucking sick.
See, I still regularly play Avenged Sevenfold on guitar too.
Dude.
Like I just remembered that I like it came back as like muscle memory, but the Bat Country solo, I was just like,
dude.
oh hell yeah, I still know it. It's great.
Dude, the fucking Burn It Down solo is fucking.
Dude.
Do you know that album much?
Bro, I fucking do not like Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you know, I'm
to each their
a
own.
fucking idiot.
No, yeah,
you
to each
know?
their own. You're right.
There's this fucking asshole. He's in the music industry. He doesn't like fucking Avenged Sevenfold. No, I don't. And the reason why is because it's just too much fucking glam for me, bro.
I feel
that.
It's
I get
too
what you're
much.
saying. Like a lot of people, like back in like 2005 when like that CD came out, what's it called, CD of Evil. When that CD came out, everyone was comparing them to be like the next Guns N' Roses and shit, and everyone was just bagging on them, saying like they're fucking the next big glam metal, hair metal bullshit, like, you know. But like, dude, I mean, props to them in a way, because dude, they're like selling out arenas and shit, man. They can play, like,
it's
the Honda
tight.
Center
Like,
and stuff.
obviously, like they've fucking like they did it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like when I think of bands like that, and if I want to listen to something that's like super ultra glammy like that, I'll listen to Blessed by a Broken Heart.
Dude,
instead.
we were just
because-
listening to them like the other week, dude.
Yeah, dude, that fucking band is
Dude,
something else.
that band is literally like an 80s workout soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's like Back to the Future soundtrack.
It is. It legitimately is. They literally sound like an 80s like glam metal band. They absolutely
It's
100% do. And they're really good. And like it kind of sucks though, because like they were one of those bands that they were hot for like a good few years, and then they just fell out of nowhere. They were just a
it
MySpace
happens,
band, you
dude.
know.
It happens all the time. Like it happened with like so many other bands that we
Yeah,
could probably list.
I can't really get with the glam metal, especially now. Like I liked Avenged Sevenfold, and I still do like them. You know, I'll still listen to some of their stuff because of like the musicianship. Because I've always been one of those dudes. I love hearing some talent in the music, but I also don't care for talent sometimes. You know, sometimes a bit too much. But any band that like puts way too much effort into like their look and everything like that, that's kind of. It's just a bit much now, and I just want to hear like genuine music, not like, hold on, let me paint my face.
It just sucks because it's,
metal
especially in that genre of music, that's like an important thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
What?
No, it went off. Like you can see it here. It doesn't matter. It's just funny, you know.
Okay.
It's. I mean, like you're gonna hear it when we listen to this again, but it's fine.
We'll get
don't
pop
even worry
filters.
about it.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
I had a pop filter for that
what
microphone.
What happened to it?
I don't know. I don't know if I ate it. I don't fucking remember.
We'll figure it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool though. So I'm sorry to whoever fucking still watches our podcast. We don't really give a fuck. So you know,
Yeah.
I mean, like I care about you if you've gone fucking 10 minutes listening to us talk, but
Times are tough, man. We can't afford.
times are tough, man. I pay fucking
I can't afford
$1,700 to live in my apartment.
Really?
Yeah, no, man.
Yeah. It's a 1-bedroom.
I live with my mom.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies.
I wish I could live with my mom again, man. That'd be tight. Instead of paying.
Dude, I've been wanting to be away from my mom since I was like 18, and it's just so impossible in California. Like, I have friends that live out of state that like manage them. They're not even manage. They just like work full time at a McDonald's, and they're like, "Yeah, I got this 2-bedroom apartment to myself," and I'm like, "You fucking asshole!" Like,
Yeah, but you have to realize as well, like wherever like those places are, like the cost of living is a lot less.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
which is why I'm still living with my mom right now.
Is it all your friends in like Washington and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
even a friend in Arizona. I have like 4 friends that moved out to Arizona.
I mean, I guess it
And
also
it's very
depends on
cheap.
where in Washington you're living. Like if you're living in Spokane, that's like, you know, a major metropolitan area, so it's probably like going to be like somewhat of a little bit more expensive place to live, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be expensive as like
well,
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle is like it's pretty damn expensive. My sister was living out there for a little bit. I lived on Eastern Washington, right next to Idaho, so I even have friends in Idaho. And one of the cool things that a lot of my friends do is they will work in Washington State, where the wage is like a little higher. I'm not sure what the wage is right now.
I think it's like $9.25.
Yeah, something like that. And however, like Idaho's wage was way less. It was like back when I went, it was
I think
still
it was like 7
something.
Yeah.
And so they live out there, work in like Spokane Valley, which is like a 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
And so they get more wage. Cost of living is much less there, and
Dude,
they're good.
it's
They're saving money. living
That's
in
so
an
weird to
apartment.
like think that like someone could live at the border of like Idaho and Washington. Like my friend did that. My friend lived in Vancouver, Washington, and he had his job in Oregon, Salem,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Like because they're right, kind of near each other.
Dude,
That's just weird to think
where
about.
I'm from, fucking people worked in New York, and that's like through 2 different states to get through from Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Jesus.
It's like
That's
I mean, like it's only a 2-hour drive from Allentown to like Manhattan. You know, like
Really?
obviously depending on the traffic. Yeah, but like 2 to 3. You know, so a lot of people they'll commute. You know, they'll work in New York. You get paid a fuck ton of money to work in New York.
Yeah.
And then you live in Allentown, where the price of living is so low because there's so much heroin. I mean, there's a lot of heroin in New York too.
Hey, there's a ton of heroin in Spokane.
There's
now,
heroin
too,
here
so-
now too. There's
Yeah,
heroin
now-
everywhere.
There's heroin everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are getting sucked into that shit, and I'm like,
Bro,
man,
that's
Not
sucks,
again,
dude.
dude. No
Let's not
way,
do
man.
that.
You know what's weird is like someone. I was talking with someone recently saying that like heroin is like not that bad. It's like
Who said this?
I don't know.
Obviously, no, we're not going to talk about that.
No, it was like some random dude that like I overheard this dude at my work talking
okay.
about it.
Well, that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, no.
Shit.
like I wanted to say something to him. I like it sucks because like when you hear something.
When you're at work, you can't. Say
Yeah,
something.
exactly. And it's like it's one of those things where like you're at work and you can't say something like that to a complete fuck. Like I've never met this kid before. Well, I wanted to go up to him and be like, dude, I know a kid who like died from heroin. Like I was gonna tell him like Hirschberg's story. You know what I mean? Like
I think that I lost like 40 friends last year to overdoses.
Yeah.
oh yeah, man. And people are just like, oh, heroin's not that bad of a drug to like wean yourself off of. And that's why I was gonna be like, yeah, I knew a kid that had a fucking heart attack from withdrawing from heroin, dude.
Yeah.
Was on life support and died at 20.
He was
21,
almost
22.
He was like 3 weeks shy of 21.
Yeah, and I wanted to say something about it just because it got me so heated, dude. And like I was just like, I can't believe these kids are fucking like that ignorant to the fact. But I mean, hey, some kids just don't fucking know, man, and that's like the worst part about it.
It's just if I don't know, like you said, it's fucked. Like
You remember when we were talking about how you were saying like, what do you think about addiction being a disease?
Yeah.
Like, I did a little bit more research on it, and it for sure like is like, it's not the easiest thing to get. Like, no one is like, dude, do you know how often I wish I could light up a cigarette? Like I haven't smoked a cigarette in, I want to say 2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Ever since me and Nicole dated pretty
buddy.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank
congratulations.
you guys. I went straight cold turkey. And then I bought a vape, like to kind of like, with like the smallest amount of nicotine possible. I think what's the smallest amount of nicotine you can get is like 1 milligram or like whatever, like 2 or some shit.
Zero's the
Well, I know zero's like nothing, but I bought the lowest with nicotine.
3.
3, yes, okay. So I pretty
don't
much
vape, I
so
don't
I pretty much I did that for about I did that to like wean myself off it. I did that for maybe like 6 months. Then I lost my vape. So, and then after that, I just went cold turkey off that, and like I just kind of never looked back. And honestly, it's like one of the best decisions I've ever made in my whole life,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Quitting smoking was hard. It definitely
Yeah.
was one of the harder things to like. You know, I used to do a whole bunch of shit, but quitting smoking was really hard because whenever you stop doing something that's readily available, you know, like let's say that if you're like trying to get off of heroin, right?
Yeah.
And you could easily like send yourself across the country, you know, and get clean because you're surrounded by people that you don't know, and you know, like you just don't know where to find it. If you really want to stop, that's the best way you can do is take yourself out of that position.
Yeah.
When you quit smoking cigarettes,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where the fuck you are. You can
you're
buy
gonna
them
get 'em
anywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah. So it's like fucked, you know. Or when people stop drinking, you know.
Yeah.
That one's hard too because you've got fucking ads all over TV,
Dude,
all
you
these
got-
billboards and shit.
You got stores like Bevmo,
Oh yeah, dude.
and that's just like the worst thing. Well, I mean, you know,
They don't have a Bevmo for heroin. You
No,
know?
they don't.
Yeah.
So it, like in that case, like it's easier, you know, just because the availability of it's harder to acquire. You have to legitimately seek out to get it.
yeah.
But like with cigarettes or alcohol, you know, it's harder to quit because you know
everywhere.
you could just snap one day and
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, yeah, I fucking want cigarettes. You know,
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
that.
it's happened to me before.
Yeah.
Two dudes in my band smoke, and every time, and you know, Bubba's always around. They're always smoking, like, you know, before and after we practice, and I'm just like, dude, like it's hard for me to go outside and like hang out with them because most of the time I'll just stay in here, and then when they're done, I'm just like, okay, like that's another day of me like not even thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like now, cigarettes are so fucking expensive.
Yeah, that's why we.
Dude,
Here,
Tina
it's-
actually,
yeah.
Tina actually bought Jay one of these, so he's
Yeah.
like, he's stoked because he's not gonna have
I
to.
like as much as I love like Morrow and Jay, like
And Morrow has one too now.
oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Because I'm waiting for them just to stop smoking cigarettes altogether. I don't give a fuck if they smoke weed. I don't give a fuck if they smoke those things. Because at least it's not like, that's not killing them.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's such a weird thing to think that, like, so many years ago, cigarettes were not, like, considered to be a health hazard.
Yeah.
Like people would in the 50s and the 60s would just smoke unfiltered cigarettes,
Yeah.
and they would
Oh,
just,
yeah, dude.
and they would do it like at school. You could do it at work. You could do it at the movie theater. Do you know that like I think it was in like the late 80s or the early 90s is when they outlawed smoking cigarettes in movie theaters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that blew my mind because when I used to work at a movie theater, one of my old assistant managers was telling me a story. And he was like, yeah, dude, I remember cleaning out ashtrays in the theaters. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
That's
That is
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's 70 right now, so like she used to smoke and everything, and I remember she tells a story all the time. She remembers when they finally decided to tell you like, oh yeah, there's fucking rat poison in that shit, like don't
Yeah.
smoke them. And she just set them down quick cold turkey back then, and this was before it was all filtered and everything like that. And like, I don't know, man, that's shit's just crazy to me. Like, look, especially like how quick people were to get on top of vaping, nonetheless. Like vaping, which like you could have even gotten zeros and it wouldn't have been distracting. And
Yeah.
yet it's like you can go to parks and it's like, this is a non-vape area, and it's like, dude, like that's crazy.
That's
how
another-
quick
I'm just
we
trying to
got on
save
top
my
of it
life,
now.
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Like,
another thing that kind of blows my mind is like, you know, I mean, there's still not really like cases or like there's not a lot of research about like the health hazards to like vaping and stuff.
Yeah.
They're still kind of like figuring all that stuff out. But I remember like when vaping, like I think it was like 2 years ago, it was kind of when it really like first I started to really hit the population like really just like
Yeah, it
fucking
was
boom,
big.
like everyone's doing
Yeah.
it. I like the Irvine Spectrum is like a non-smoking area. Like the whole mall
Yeah.
is just like smoke free, and it's like even vaping is like
and it's,
it's
an
not
outdoor
allowed.
mall, nonetheless.
Yeah,
Like,
but vaping
Mission
is
Mall
not
had the same
allowed.
thing too, and I was like, this is
To me, it's just like okay, like I understand like smoking cigarettes and smoking weed. Like you can smell that stuff. You can smell vape, obviously, but it's not like hazardous as far as we know. It's not hazardous. It's not like secondhand smoking where you're gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
fucking cancer from it.
Yeah.
Like to me,
The
it's
only hazardous chemical that's inside this is nicotine. Without nicotine
Yeah.
in cigarettes, there's 30,000 other chemicals or whatever.
yeah, dude. There's like rat
There's
poison. There's
four.
arsenic.
There's four
fucking-
in this. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like scientifically, like we're known what this does to your body.
Supposedly, they're like one of the chemicals they were saying that's in vaping. I think it was like antifreeze.
No, it
Like
was.
some-
It's
or some-
propylene glycol. It's used
That's
as
it, thank
it's
you.
a cleaning agent for like it. Basically, if you had antifreeze without propylene glycol, you don't even want to know what fucking happened to your car. Like especially today, and and all that shit. Propylene glycol is in so much shit. It's just I don't know how to explain it because I don't know the science of vaping. Probably why I should bring my girlfriend on here to have the vape episode. You know, like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, when we
I
go-
just gotta have Jamaican air horns going off like crazy.
When we go to her, when we shoot at her shop, we'll fucking talk.
Yeah, we could do the vape thing there.
That's cool with her.
Yeah, but propylene glycol, it's like I'm gonna sound like a fucking like where's my fedora right now. But like it, the only reason why I vape, like I don't have like a big box mod or anything. Like I don't like drip, I don't fucking do any crazy
That's
tricks.
what I used to do, man.
All of that shit. I just think that that's just too much. This fits in my wallet. It's kind of like a jewel. It's the same nick level as a jewel, so it's more like a cigarette. It's one of those things that like I need this now just because like quitting smoking was too hard by itself. Like it's so hard for like my head for some reason. Like I've just been doing it for so long that like this is way better than me being able to just like not be able to quit smoking and just continue to smoke.
Yeah, and like
It's 95% healthier for you. So it's like, it's like a no-brainer.
But it's just weird to me that like places are out like banning people from vaping in their establishments.
It's because you can see it. You can like see the physical fucking thing, and people think it's actual smoke, but it's just fucking like it's just clouds. It's just water. In the
Yeah, that's what I just think people are too fucking uptight about it, man.
Yeah, people are definitely uptight about it, but like, what are we?
Stupid.
It's fine. Look, what are we gonna do about it? Like people are fucking dumb.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there is nothing we can do about it. We have to. Like,
we can't vape indoors, but like there's still people fucking doing hella meth, like everywhere.
Yeah, still cooking up
Fuck.
meth.
They don't care about your no smoking signs. They're gonna do meth.
Yeah, it's like fuck.
But
dude.
basically, back to what I was saying earlier with like that like whole like addiction being a disease thing. Like I do believe that it's for sure.
Oh yeah,
disease.
addictive
Like,
personality
it
is like you can become addicted to anything, like coffee, porn, fucking.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just
God only knows
scientifically
what else,
classified as a disease. It's like
Yeah.
I don't get the stigma, like it's bullshit
Yeah.
to hear this stuff. I saw one thing the other day about this woman who kept on getting in trouble from relapsing from like stealing stuff, but I think they're going to try it so that it's like a medical situation instead of it being like, like, oh, she's just a piece of shit cuz she's an addict, where it's like they're gonna like something's happening in America today. I don't know if it's like I don't know the reason why that like people didn't give a fuck when crack was big back in the 80s, but like people care now that it's like white suburban people that are getting addicted to something, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like a bigger shift of population, but I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, they find new drugs like all the time. People keep on chemically restructuring fucking shit so that you can sell it.
Yeah, they just keep pumping out bullshit so you can just the government can fucking take your money.
There's like 500 different types of Molly. They're all like the more and more you stray from the original.
Experiment with this shit, man.
Dude, it's drugs are bad, okay? Like,
Drugs are bad, okay?
you know what I'm saying?
No,
But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I could literally talk about drugs forever, and it's not a good thing. Like that is such a terrible thing to have. Like
I don't know
about you.
I've been in such a weird point with that because, like, I mean, even like back to the cigarette thing. I don't smoke cigarettes.
Don't
I have
ever do it,
asthma.
man.
Like, I kind of just sit back and watch a lot of my friends do this and like help them out, like trip sit or something, or see what happens.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like some people can handle it, and back to the addictive personality thing, some people can't. Sometimes people get sucked into more worse shit, and then they stick to it. And it's like, that's where that's kind of like my whole mindset when it comes to that dumbass. It's like, oh, heroin's not that bad. He's probably an addict and doesn't even know it. Like
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either that or he just he fucking thinks he knows. That kid probably fucking is one of those kinds of kids that just thinks he fucking knows everything. Yeah. And those are the worst kinds of people when they've never done said thing and think they know about the subject.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I was to sit here and talk about how awesome cocaine is. I've never done cocaine a day in my life. But if I was to sit here and be like, oh yeah, what you need to do with cocaine is this, and then it's like somebody who actually has done cocaine will be like, that's actually not what you're supposed to do with it. And I'd be like, yeah, fucking, like that, like it's just ignorance. People are just straight up ignorant 98% of the time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's ego issues probably.
Yeah, I mean, it could probably be that too, but
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
cocaine's a hell of a God damn it.
Fucking-
Why didn't I think about that before I said that sentence?
Yeah, dude. So, like, what? Have you been to any stand-up shows lately?
Yeah, I've been to quite a few.
Yeah, let's get the
really
rundown.
Okay,
start
so-
going to more of those, man.
So I saw Tom Segura 2 weeks ago. Holy shit, dude. I have not laughed so hard at someone else's expense in quite some time.
Damn.
What really sucks about like going to a live comedy show is that you don't remember a lot of the material that they say.
Yeah. Of
So
course.
like there's one joke in particular that he told that I do remember, and I'm not gonna tell it as good as him, but I'll try my best. Basically, so Tom Segura is in a weight loss competition with this other comedian named Burr.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know about this. It's funny.
And so basically what they're doing to each other is fat shaming.
Oh, okay.
So basically all they'll say on their Instagram is just like hashtag Burr is fat or hashtag Tom is fat, and just like Burr Kreischer just went to Australia and had the whole he played at like the Sydney Opera House, I think, and there's probably like 3,000 people there, and he had all 3,000 people yell Tom is fat into his Instagram story. Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. But Tom Segura in his bit said, he was talking about that, and he's like, let me tell you guys something. Fat shaming fucking works. You want to know where it works the most, especially around here, is In-N-Out Burger. And everyone's kind of like, oh shit, what's he gonna say about fucking In-N-Out Burger?
Yeah.
Like one of them.
But he's a California native, so he made that very clear as well. So he was just basically saying that In-N-Out asked you a question that you never thought you would ever hear, and he goes, "Hi, I'd like to order this, blah 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 blah," and then the In-N-Out guy behind the counter goes, "Are you gonna eat this in the car?"
Oh, yeah.
And then he went on to go and say, he gives you it through the drive-thru, and it's this open container that's basically telling you, stuff this into your fat fucking mouth, you piece of garbage.
Oh, my God.
When you hand it to you and when you don't eat in the car, they hand it to you all nice and wrapped up, and you're like, yeah, go home and eat this. Like, you're good. Get the fuck out of here.
Good God.
That's basically one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Before that, I saw a comedian named Chris Porter.
Oh, fuck, that's right. You saw him,
Yeah,
too.
he's really fucking funny. I don't remember a lot of his bits either, just because I was too busy laughing. But there was this one bit he told about where he was talking a story about how his dad doesn't label any of the circuit breakers in his fuse box.
Oh, fuck, dude.
And he said he went around to try to fix one outlet, and he electrocuted himself like 10 times.
Jeez.
And basically, I don't remember exactly how the story went, but every time he's like, yeah, my dad went and did this, merp, zap. Like, every time he said merp, zap, for some reason, I lost it, dude.
Yeah.
And then he has a bit about Taco Bell, which is really funny, but I can't remember it very much. But I'm going to see Pablo Francisco on Friday for my birthday.
What?
Yeah.
That is like one of my favorite comedians because of how vocal he is with like imitations and just stupid sound effects.
Yeah.
Dude, me and Griffin love Pablo.
Oh yeah,
He's
playing
a funny dude.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
But we're going. Me and Nicole are seeing him on my birthday Friday. So yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And then she just bought tickets for December to go see John Mulaney.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
And then I want to go see. We went to this one. In LA in July, we went to what was called the Goddamn Comedy Jam, and that was Adam Ray, Nick Swartzen, Brad Williams, and Bill Burr.
Dude, that is a lineup.
Yeah, dude. And basically what that was they each comic told a story about whatever, and then they sang a song of their choice. So Adam Ray sang what the fuck song? Some 90s song. It was I'll remember it later. Nick Swartzen sang "You're Unbelievable." Bam, 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 bam. He sang that song. Brad Williams sang "Nookie."
Ooh.
And Bill Burr sang. I believe he sang "Sweet Home Alabama."
Okay.
Yeah,
I kind of.
it was pretty good. It was fucking rad. That was a lot of fun.
Actually pretty cool.
And then I want to go see Brad Williams. He's this like little person comic, and he's in I think the Brea Improv in November. Nice. He's pretty fucking funny. You should check him out.
The last dude I saw was Patton Oswalt.
Oh man,
he was really funny,
dude.
Unfortunately, he like lost his
wife. His wife died.
So he was like, but I mean, he incorporated it into his comedy, and it somehow like, dude, everyone was dying to have to shoot.
Did it work?
Yeah, like it wasn't too sad. There were a couple moments when he brought it up, and he's just, yeah, it was pretty bad. And then I eventually saw some Facebook posts where he's like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna get over like the death of this. And
no way, dude.
I get it, but dude, either way, he was great, and my hat is off for that guy for putting up with what he is. But I really want to, dude, Pablo Francisco. That is. It'll
be interesting because I really like he was the first stand-up comic I ever got into, so it'll be interesting to see like how far he's come along. Like I've listened to like all of his other stuff that's come out since he was on Comedy Central and stuff, and it's like he's still pretty fucking funny, but it's evolved. It's evolved, and it's like it's still the same shit, but we'll see. Yeah, I think when it's always when you see.
I'd like to cross off my bucket.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like when I saw Jim Jefferies, that was like fucking incredible, dude.
Oh god, that dude's hilarious.
He did a bit. He did it. His set was like 2 hours long, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
We need to start doing like little comedy sessions with all the friends. Just get everyone together and just.
You're the only person I think that would pull it off.
Nah, dude. I feel like Forrest could.
I've done stand up before.
I haven't done stand up.
Oh yeah,
I really
dude.
fucking want to.
I would love to do it.
Stand up's great.
I would love to do it. It's just I fucking.
You think you'd bomb?
Oh, I know 100% I would bomb.
I know I would.
But the thing is like I listen to a lot of like comedians podcasts. Like I listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, and he's a comedian, and he talks about his bombing stories all the time. It's one of those things where it's like it's a rite of passage. Like you're always going to.
Yeah,
you're always going. You're going to when you first start out, no matter what, and you can still do it even if you're popular.
Yeah.
Like I mean. Bill Burr's last special that was on Netflix was pretty funny, but there was jokes that he told that like would have killed anywhere else, but it was not.
People there weren't too happy.
Yeah, no, because he was in a really like conservative area, and he talked a lot of shit about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those jokes that he would tell, he'd be like,
"Oh yeah, I actually remember watching. Dude, I was dying at those too."
Oh yeah.
And he was like telling her, he was like, "I suck it up," like basically telling everyone.
Yeah,
like,
basically. I mean, like he's a pretty like he's not a very controversial comic when it comes to his material, but like he does like to like stir the pot a little bit. Yeah. But
I'm for it.
For it. I just know that my whole thing is like I don't like, as weird as this is gonna sound, I don't do well in talking in front of crowds.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean that makes sense,
But being a musician, you're playing an instrument and you're in front of a big crowd. It's a whole different thing though.
You know what fidget spinners were made for? Like, oh shit, if something makes me nervous, I'm just gonna play with this fidget.
Yeah.
Like playing guitar for a band. And you pretty much have something else you're focusing on. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna focus on this.
Yeah, you're not the only person that's out there. You got yourself and 4 or 5 other dudes out there with
you. I mean, unless you're like, because I mean, in my position, I have played things just by myself before too. So it's literally a whole spotlight is on me.
Yeah.
I think and I get nervous on stage all the time, especially if I'm performing. Like I don't know about talking. I can usually talk to crowds or to people as much as Morrow can or the next one, But when it comes to performing, I'm always like, I'm my biggest critic. So I'm just like, oh shit, what if someone else thinks like me here and hates myself as much as I do? Shit, dumb shit like that. Like,
it's fun.
But then I focus on guitar, and then I'm just like, oh well, the main guitar up here. I guess this is good. I'll just keep doing this. And
I'm like a very relative extrovert though, so I'm used to being the kid who like bullshits out of anything. Like. That just was my character for such a long period of time. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's why we all do.
Like, I have no shame, especially if you're doing stand up or something. It's like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Am I gonna fucking bomb? Yeah, but dude, like, I've only done it like a couple of times, and it's never been anything gnarly. It's just been like us drunk at open nights and shit.
Yeah.
And it, like if you're feeling it out, like I don't know why, but every time I did it, I just freestyled. Yeah. But I'm very quick. Like I would say that with the like the improv type jokes and stuff where like I could point somebody out and like fucking make fun of them.
Yeah.
It's really easy to do.
I mean, I feel like that's where you're better than me too, because I'm good at that in moderation. With some people, I can fucking do that. With Martha, I can do that.
Yeah.
But like,
I could do it to a stranger.
Yeah. And I think I just have like really like unique, funny stories that I can tell. And I can tell them in like in specific ways.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I got funny stories, but the thing about those funny stories is that, like, when I tell them, you know, I'm like, you know, very animated and I like do funny faces and like all that kind of stuff. And that's where I think where if I was to do that, that's where like my comedy would kind of shine.
Well, see, that's where we also like bond on, because I make dumbass noises too. And I've also got that Jim Carrey.
Yeah, you're very physical.
Yeah, I love doing all
Sorry.
that.
See, I'm a very physical person when it comes to like trying to make people laugh too. Like I always do, like, you know, I try to do that at least. But the thing with stand-up comedy is like there's a way, like from what I see and from what I hear all the professionals talk about, is like there's a way to deliver your jokes. Because like if you're too straightforward with, like, because I've seen like amateur nights like stand-up. Like when I went to Atlanta, we went to this bar that had Monday night stand-up comedy night. And a lot of the comedians were really funny, but like there were some that told their jokes way too literal and delivered them way too like kind of, they just like didn't really like the delivery of their jokes like could have been worked on. And that's where I feel like, because like with those podcasts I listen to, like with Joe Rogan and like Burr Kreischer always talks about like when he tries to tell a story, like how he can take a story that's not funny and how to try and make it funny. Because basically what he was saying was like you tell one part of the story and then you kind of have to tangent off of a subject that relates to it, kind of, you know what I mean? So it's like a weird thing that you kind of have to like tell a story within a story and make a point, and the punchline just has to like be an encompassing thing of the whole thing.
I see where you're going.
So for me to like tell a story that I think is funny to you might not be funny to him, but I gotta make that funny story that he might not think is funny, and that's like where the challenge is for me.
You gotta read the room, you know.
Exactly.
That's like I know that I joke around with Griffin in certain ways that like I feel like only me and Griffin will laugh at.
Exactly.
You as well, but like, you know, and then I go to Washington and I visit or something, and I'm, you know, shooting the shit in a completely different fashion.
Oh
with
yeah,
my friends,
absolutely.
'cause I'm like, man, yeah, like I can't sit here and make poop and fart jokes all the time with like my friends here. I gotta make fun of them to make them laugh or something.
Yeah,
that's where we bond on that.
Yeah, and like that's because you know with like our immediate group of friends, like we all have the same sense of humor.
Yeah,
it's like 100% pretty much all the same sense of humor, maybe minus like Scott Crone.
Yeah,
like no offense.
No,
Scott could probably kill it at fucking stand up.
Oh yeah.
Like I love Scott Crone, don't get me wrong, but his sense of humor is far more different than everybody else in the group. At least that's in my opinion. I love you, Scott. I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you think I'm talking shit. I fucking love you, dude.
I could see why you think that.
Yeah.
I've known Scott for so long too. I've known that kid since he was like 16. Let me tell you real quick, that kid could have kicked the shit out of me at 16, but now like if I'm 24 now and he's 16, he was always that like jacked. But
yeah.
No, yeah, I think that's why I kind of get his comedy a bit more. I've known the guy for a long time.
I mean, I've known him since I met you guys. Like I think like three years ago is when I met him. So like, and he's always been a nice dude. Like I love, like we saw The Force Awakens together. Those few times we all saw Rogue One together. That was fun. And went to his house at one time and hung out in jacuzzi. He's a real rad dude. But I just feel like. Also, with like stand-up comedy, if you're not making fun of yourself.
Oh, it's so much fun to do.
So no, but that's what I'm saying though. You have to make fun of yourself, or else like you're just like. I feel like when people tell like a lot of stand-up comics when they tell stories about like what has happened to them in like recent moments in time that like are funny to them, but like if you don't fuck with yourself on stage, you're not doing it right. I don't feel like.
Oh yeah. It's
like
it's the like lowest form of fucking entertainment. It's
like
great.
when Bill Burr says he's so full of shit and don't fucking listen to him, that's some of the best parts of his material.
Yeah, it's straight up just like you can just tell there's like tons of psychological.
He just doesn't take himself seriously, you know. Like
yeah. I mean,
every comedian deals with that.
Oh yeah.
I
mean,
Kevin Hart especially.
That's why I'd be so
Yo, fucking, we should talk about that.
About what?
The Kevin Hart situation.
What about Kevin Hart?
What is it again? Refresh my memory. I'm new here.
So Kevin Hart was like someone was trying to extort money from him.
I think I know what
because he got like video footage of him like allegedly at a brothel. It's got to be him. But like he was at a brothel and like cheat on his wife who is pregnant.
Oh Jesus.
You know, so like he went on to fucking Instagram or something. He posted, or it might have been like a Twitter video. I don't know. All I know is that the shit that I've like watched off of like that Everyday Struggle podcast and shit like that. So like I barely know like, you know, like shit that happens closed doors and stuff. But somebody wanted to extort money from him, and it was like they tried getting fucking. I think she said 8 figures.
Wow.
Like, fuck that. Like, dude, 8 figures? That's like...
You know what's crazy?
That's $10 million to $99 million.
You know what's crazy is that fool probably has that much money.
Oh, yeah, but he's like, yo, fuck that. I'm
Yeah,
not
of course
fucking
he's
paying
not.
you,
Yeah,
bitch.
of course
Like,
he's not.
fuck it. I would
He's not
rather
gonna do that
deal with
shit.
myself. Like, so he, like, I think that it's a good form of character for him because he admitted it wrong, you know, and,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you know, he was like, I fucked up. There's no excuse, you know, like, so it's great that he came out and said that, but that's insane.
Yeah.
Fucking $10 million or $99 million.
I mean,
like, fuck.
Yeah, man.
Pick like bitch none.
Well, like, I mean, like 10
pineapples.
When you say 10 figures, it's got to be like fucking, you know, it has to only be like 10 million, you know, or 8 figures. Sorry, like that fucking strawberry cough is registering right now. Getting what is that podcast called with fucking Doug Benson? Is like getting Doug with high or something like that.
I don't know.
It's the best
Sounds
name for a
about right,
podcast.
though.
It's like so funny. I was talking about Kevin Hart and dude, but like fucking 8 figures. People will never say that. Like 8 figures it ended up being like 90 million. It's usually always 10 million.
Yeah.
Or else you would say they tried getting $90 million.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That makes
so
sense.
it's on the lower level of shit.
Still, that's
That's
That's a
still
lot of money,
That's-
dude.
that's tight
That's
to
a
hear.
lifetime's worth of money for
Yeah,
sure.
Like I
that's
could
good
probably
that
live
you-
off, like if I had $90 million, I could live the rest of my life.
Bro,
comfortably.
if I had
more.
10 million, I could live the rest of my life.
I mean, yeah, I
comfortably.
guess that's true. $10 million
I'm
would.
cheap. I eat
I
Taco
lit-
Bell.
yeah.
If you give me 500,000, I will make that last until I die.
Bro,
Yeah, that's
that's
No shit.
insane.
Like,
I would not be able to do that.
I
so cheap.
if someone gave me $10 million and the rule to that $10 million is you have to live your life the current way you're living it now minus working. Like, you know, buying the
Oh,
clothes you
fuck
buy,
yeah, I'm good,
paying
dude.
rent at the apartment you're living at, driving the car you drive. You can't buy extravagant things. If you were just given $10 million to just live your life the way you're living it now, I could easily live off that for the rest of my life. 100%.
Bro,
man.
just
Like I said,
because I
500,000.
already spend a fuck all amount of money on fucking shoes and shit and
Right.
clothes and shit. Ooh, I would not be able to keep that. I'd be like, yes, I'm going to the fucking Gucci store right now.
Right now.
Like it is. You give me fucking $10 million, bro. I'll buy you a Ferrari. Like
Thank
flat
you
out.
so
We
much.
can all be
Oh my
Lambros.
God, that'd be so sick.
Lambros, yeah.
Lambros.
We still need to do that.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna set up a
I don't
Patreon.
know, man.
And we're gonna get
pretty
fucking
cheap.
millions
Mine
of
might be a Hot
dollars. We're gonna have the nicest Lamborghinis ever.
You guys are gonna be eating like steak.
I'm gonna
dinner,
get a
and
carbon
like,
fiber
with like
one.
a steak burrito at Taco Bell. I'm like, yeah, this is great, guys. Fuck it.
No, dude, you're gonna. I told you, you're gonna. Yeah, you probably will go to Taco Bell drive-through in a fucking Lamborghini.
I would. I don't give a fuck.
You'd have to raise the doors.
Dude, like when
What? No, you wouldn't. See, I mean, like that'd be cool just to see
I'd
them
do
freak
it
the fuck
anyways.
out.
That'd be fucking tight. Dude, that's
Yeah.
the best flex I've
Yeah.
ever heard in
Oh,
my
man.
life.
Yo, the first time I ever saw,
working. He's
the
like,
first time I ever saw a Ferrari like ever was in that movie Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, really?
And
The red
one,
430 or whatever?
the red one that, and they fucking with the
Scuderia.
doors like coming out. I was like, whoa, what the fuck was that, dude? It was fucking crazy.
Bro,
It
I
was
love
tight.
Ferraris so much.
I like Lamborghinis better.
That's rough to say.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I say it because I used to be a valet and I've driven like almost every single car imaginable,
Which is
besides
great.
a Bugatti.
Yeah.
Dude, this one time when I was a valet,
I would be so. Hold on, real quick. I would
Okay.
be so scared to drive someone else's Lamborghini and just
Okay.
park it. I would be so scared to even just.
it's
do
not
that.
even that hard to
Let
drive,
me,
though.
let me ask you
saying,
something, Billy,
I don't
because you've
trust
driven
myself.
Lamborghinis. How many? Do you know which Lamborghinis you've driven?
The Aventador, I've driven.
Did you drive a Countach?
No.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna tell you this thing. Ferrari has been making cars that drive like the Aventador for like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Lamborghini's only been able to make a car that drives like the Aventador since the Aventador.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I think they got bought out by Volkswagen, and then some German guys went over and finally made the cars drivable. This is just what I've been told from like watching Top Gear and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I would buy like fucking, like, if I had $10 million, I'd probably spend that whole $10 million on fucking Ferraris. Like, flat out. I don't care. Like, I would do what Ty Lopez does.
Okay.
And fucking like rent the cars out and shit.
Yeah.
That's like the best idea ever. I would fucking live the same life I do now and have fuck all Ferraris.
Dude, okay.
Ferraris. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
good.
Check this out though.
Yeah.
Gotta spend money
Because
to make
if
money,
you're,
you know?
because you're all into Ferraris, right? Okay,
Yeah,
check this
dude.
out. So Nicole's little brother Daniel and I were talking about, because he's a valet, and he's talking to me about how he drove his first Ferrari the other day.
Is that how you met Nicole?
No.
Hey, we'll do it.
Ferrari.
I actually met Nicole tomorrow.
Yeah. I think yeah.
I'll tell that
so did I.
I'll tell that
Actually.
story after this stories. But so basically, he was saying, her little brother was saying that Ferrari will take away your Ferrari if you do not represent their brand the way they want you to. So, for example,
Interesting.
Deadmau5,
Deadmau 5.
Deadmau5. How the fuck do you pronounce
I think
it?
it's Deadmau5. I'm
I'm pretty.
It's
Tell me.
It's George Zimmerman.
Okay.
No, his DJ name is Deadmau5.
Okay. So apparently,
I don't even know if George Zimmerman's his name. I shouldn't fucking shout you out anyways, you piece of shit.
You pizza shit.
Yeah, fuck
Wow.
you. No, I don't have any bad blood towards Deadmau5. Keep going. he'll never see this. You know what I
hey,
mean?
you never
like,
know.
fuck
You
it.
could tag him in it.
No,
and fucking-
dude. Trust me, he gets
tag
tagged in
him.
so much shit.
Yeah,
like,
he probably sees none
he
of
gets he gets so much hate. Bless his heart. He probably gets more hate than Diplo now. You know.
But anyway, so apparently he had a Ferrari and he put he bought a normal color one and then he colored it like this like ultra kind of like aquamarine, like green blue, like super crazy color. And then he put this decal on it that looked like a pixelated Nintendo character, okay? And Ferrari literally said, "Hey, you're not allowed to do that to our cars. We're taking it back," and took it back from him.
Bitch.
Yeah, like that fucking that blows my mind,
Did they give
man.
him money back?
I don't know, probably fucking not. Why would they give him his money back?
That makes no sense.
Why would you take?
I mean, it does.
People wrap Ferraris and do all sorts of crazy shit to Ferraris all the time.
Maybe.
If
Maybe
anything, Ferrari should be taking back the cars that people put camber on.
Put what on?
Because it's when you have the wheels, like, it's an offset for your axle so that your wheels stick out like that. You ever see the Honda Civics that have that shit
Yes.
on them?
Oh, yeah. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, people do that to Ferraris.
Why? They're already low enough as it is.
Bro, it looks cool. It looks like fucking Godzilla just
I feel like
fucking
that's like-
stomped on your shit.
Outside.
Fucking
just
tight.
It feels like it looks like you're driving a
myself.
It literally looks like you're driving a fucking shoe with that shit, dude.
Bro, that shit is tight.
That's not funny.
Is just not.
I'm gonna rearrange my
properly.
mic real quick. You guys keep talking.
Yeah, no problem.
Of course. Oh man. No, I mean the only reason I say that just sketches me out driving someone. I just don't trust myself. Like I barely trusted myself with my mom's Toyota, and that thing is in my fucking front driveway, just not running anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, you put me behind a fucking
Oh man,
Ferrari.
dude, the amount of
I
times that
sneeze and like hit the gas pedal, like just oh shit, like
dude, the amount of times that like when I would be at work, like the first time I drove an Audi R8, I wanted to shit my pants because those cars are a fucking beast, dude. And like my friend who I won't say, who I used to work with, the first time he drove an Audi R8, he fucking like went 50 miles an hour in like a 5 mile an hour fucking zone in the hotel.
Yeah.
And it was because it was just a straightaway.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I'm gunning this thing down this fucking thing. I'm like, please don't, because you will get caught. Luckily, he didn't. But
Did he drifted into the park spot too?
no,
Bing, bing,
that's not
bing,
funny.
bing.
No, we don't talk about that. No.
I was bumping that shit on the way to his house.
Yeah. Every turn. I
Fucking
was
love
just
that
like,
song.
Because Jay, I think, was sitting outside by himself, so I just like turned that shit up, and I wanted to see his reaction, but I don't think he heard it.
No,
It was late at night. I wasn't trying to fucking max volume it.
No.
Drive a
it's not.
CRV. It's not really,
It's not
Tokyo
really-
Drift style. Oh, fucking Honda life, JDM lifestyle, hashtag fucking hella flush, hashtag fucking fat lace, hashtag
does
fucking
that
wheel
sound
whores.
like?
Like, what up, dude? Offset life, Fucking, I want to have the tow hitch on my car for no reason.
Oh, man.
That was
I have
legit
friends
myth.
like that, but
That's what you sound
I'm not.
like right now.
Honestly, I'm not too much of a car guy. Like I do.
Oh, I'm not.
enjoy-
At all.
I love cars.
I know you do.
Yes.
I love like
not.
a really nice car.
Oh, yeah.
If I pick a car, it's like American Muscle usually, because
Yeah.
I also lived in the middle of nowhere and saw a lot of those nice ass cars. So I don't know. I just
Dude,
like
my
them.
friend in high school had a 1970 Chevelle. It
See,
was
that's
bomb.
that's what I'm talking about. That's
My
the
uncle
shit that I love.
built a Nova.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Fucking
One of my neighbors
fully,
had a Nova, dude, and he
and
was
it
like
was
some
nice,
17-year-old
dude.
kid.
This shit was fucking murdered.
My
out.
dad right now is building a 240Z.
That's sick.
Yeah.
My dad had a lot of.
Is
old
he
classic
like
cars,
making it like
too.
drift ready?
No.
Oh, he should.
Not like that. My
Bro,
dad's
he
my
should.
dad's almost 60 years old. He's not
Dude.
gonna be doing that
Dude,
shit.
my
He's
dad
got
is
a- it's a
70. He just got
240.
a really nice Subaru. I'm not sure what kind. Like I said, I'm not a car guy. And he's like throwing so much fucking shit into that thing. Like
Probably
man. And
probably a
nonetheless-
WRX.
Yeah, nonetheless, he
Probably.
goes and drag like drag races. Like there's a little track that they have out there, and he'll go there and take that thing, and he smokes people.
Bro.
He's just the 70-year-old nerd who just gets out. and is
That's
like,
cool
hey,
as
I work
fuck,
on
dude.
computers.
when
like,
I
pushes
when
his
I
frames out.
And
when
no-
I
no problem with
retire
that.
when I retire when I'm fucking 70 years old, considering the direction our fucking planet is headed, I'm going to buy like a late 90s Porsche 911. Fucking
Why?
matte black. I'm going to take the body of the vehicle, put it on the body of a BMW i3. I'm going to make
man.
an electric
That's
Porsche
weird.
911 from the fucking late 80s.
All right, that's cool,
Dude, it's
actually.
my dream car.
That's
because
tight.
it's
That's
like
actually pretty
innovative.
tight.
fucking
That's
perfect
innovative.
vehicle. Fucking Porsche. If you're listening to me, make that and like don't have power steering
give
somehow
me
with
one of your
electricity,
cars, baby.
but like fucking make that happen because dude, like I'm trying to save the environment and like drive like the best looking vehicle ever made in my opinion, obviously, because I'm a fucking asshole. But dude, that would be the coolest
That'd be pretty
fucking
sick.
car.
See, man, my car right now just runs on nothing, man. I just kick push everywhere. That's where I'm going.
Oh, yeah,
Oh wait,
dude.
no, I snapped my board. Never mind. I don't got caught.
Maybe we should make a Patreon for you to get a new car.
That'd be
That
tight.
PT Cruiser
I should
down the
just do a
street's only
Go-
1800.
Just be a piece of shit and do a GoFundMe and not earn that money and just be like, hey, I need a car. I'm sick of skating everywhere.
Oh man, can you fucking imagine if you did that? How much hate you would get from
Oh,
people?
so much.
What, a
So
PT
fucking
Cruiser?
No,
No.
doing a GoFundMe to get a car.
Oh yeah, dude,
Hey,
you get a lot of
son.
hate. I had made a GoFundMe for
No,
somebody
I'm not
recently.
that big of a piece of shit. I am saving for a car, people. So don't think any less of me.
I made a GoFundMe recently about for someone, and it was for like a laptop.
Yeah.
And I deleted the GoFundMe shortly after because like the hurricanes were going on, and I'm
Oh,
like, I was thinking in my head, I was like, yo, that really sucks because my homie, he got his laptop smashed. So like he didn't have one, and
How?
he just needed
If
it.
you
I
don't
don't know.
mind.
I think he got ran over by like an
Jeez.
ex-girlfriend that was mad or
Dude,
something.
no joke. I was like, this has to be an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's
No,
why I
no.
asked.
It like
Cool.
like allegedly this is what happened, but like I don't know like the true stories and stuff, and like I don't know the person that well for me to be like I should ask people for their money for this person that I barely talk to.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
feel.
So I shut the thing down, but it was like it only because the only person that did donate was me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll just give fucking GoFundMe like the $2 or whatever,
Yeah.
and take this money out and just give it back to myself and close the campaign.
Fair
Because
enough.
it's one of those things where it's like there is so much more important shit happening right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like,
Straight up.
fuck, dude.
Way
Like,
more
Then
important.
your first world problem.
oh
not
yeah,
having a
I
laptop,
like. I'm
you know?
sorry that happened to you, and that's fucking shitty.
Dude, I've dealt with crazy
Puerto
exes
Rico
too,
doesn't
man.
have electricity or water,
Oh,
food.
no.
Rainforest got fucking demolished.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Puerto Rico got fucking penetrated.
Bro, here's the
Straight
thing.
up.
Here's the thing about helping out. It's like, as of recently, probably in the last like few years, like, you know, like when you go to like anywhere and they say, hey, we would like to donate $1 for something, I do it every time. It makes me feel
I've
so
been-
good.
Dude, like I said, I'm really cheap, so I've just been like, nah, man, I need that $1. I want in Arizona later. you
Yeah, I
like-
know. But I mean, like, you know, if
That's
you
me,
if you
bro.
have the extra
Sorry.
dollar to do it, you know, fucking might as well like
Yeah.
try to help out and contribute. You know what I mean? Like,
I donate like that every once in a while.
I'm careful
but
to where
for
I
me,
donate.
for me more along the lines of like I would rather like if I'm giving someone money, I'd rather it be like one of my homies. And I know that sounds kind of shitty, you know, but it's like these are the people that I surround myself with. And I don't want to see them fucking struggling. So, like, I'll buy food for someone, you know, like, I'll fucking, you know, do whatever, you know, like, I'll drive someone somewhere for whatever, you know, like, that's what I feel like in that, like, if people did that more in their community, then we wouldn't be in a situation like we are now, you know. I mean, like, granted, for, like, the, like, urban areas and stuff, it's shittier, you know, obviously, because of, like, you know, everything that's happening and why people are kneeling during the national anthem, which they should, because it's fucking free right. But
that's like one, dude. That's like what I hate about the
fucking tangent, dude. I swear to God, sativas, bro, they just make your brain explode. Like
it's kind of
like Bill and Ted's Great Adventure, like you know, like that's what's happening.
You want to know what's crazy about this whole kneeling for the national anthem thing is like last year when Colin Kaepernick first did it, people were in a huge uproar. Now this year, everyone, well, I mean, people are still in a big uproar, but I've seen a lot more people be supportive of all the teams doing it now.
Well, yeah,
but
as soon as you see white people doing it, everyone's going to support it.
I mean,
that's how, dude. I mean, like, I hate being like fucking like blunt about it, but like that's legitimate. Like the reason why it's happening. People are still boycotting it. I mean, like whatever. It's fucking pro football. You've got people that care more about people standing for a national anthem than the actual athlete's health because of the shit that they go through. Fucking CTE.
Oh, dude.
Bro, it is so
that's real
bad
as fuck.
for your fucking brain. That is a real situation that causes PTSD that the fucking soldiers get, that you're like saying that this is not why I fought in the war. Yes, it is. You fought for our freedom. To sit, stand, kneel.
What the fuck you want
I wouldn't say take a shit because that's probably bad. You know, like
hey,
that's
if it's not
laws.
on the flag,
you know,
you're good. If you got when you gotta go, you gotta go.
It's just it's so mind blowing, and this shit happens, and then like you know, I'm just seeing this rift, bro, between fucking Trumpito and fucking like everything else, like everyone in Hollywood, you know, in sports, all the fucking like people that are paid attention to, like, you know, it's just crazy. Like, it's so gnarly. Yeah. I don't know, it's fucking wild. But like the whole the flag thing, like my dad recently passed away like a couple weeks ago from a really shitty disease, and he was in the military for like, I think he retired after 26 years serving. Wow. And he told me I asked him, you know, like when it happened with Kaepernick last year, and he told me, fuck, I'm trying to remember what he said. He was like, this, it's not the reason why, I don't see why people are getting mad about this. This isn't supposed to be, like the reason why, you know, anyone should be mad about anything. Like I didn't fucking serve for like people to like judge and people's character and like being, you know, because they're standing up for their own rights. It's like, fought for that.
And
what
people who are saying, what people need to realize who are against it, it's like all those people are saying that it's all about they're disrespecting the flag, they're disrespecting the national anthem, and that's not why they're doing it. You
exactly.
know what I mean?
They're beat behind the national anthem and spice it up. This is 2017.
Oh my God.
Why? Yo, like legit, we should be playing Magnolia by Playboi Carti for the national anthem. And dude, I swear to God, it legit will make people more patriotic. Like they took out lines from the national anthem that had to do with like slave ownership. Why not play fucking Magnolia by Playboi Carti and just everyone out there fucking Millie rocking? Bro, yo, Millie Rock is the new salute. Like, I swear to God.
Be kneeling for that shit. Everyone would just be fucking going.
Bro, are you hearing this? I am on some shit right now. We have to change the national anthem to Playboi Carti's Magnolia.
Problem solved, America.
Yeah, I'm fucking, I see you out there like, dude, I've got you. Like,
reminds me
I'm
of
a real one. I will help you take care of this problem.
This reminds me of this bit by Daniel Tosh that's like, I know how to solve the problem for racist cops, but no one will come to me for the advice. here it is. Only black people can be cops, and white people have to be firefighters. That's it. Who's coming to the softball game now? That was like the big punchline. It was hilarious.
Daniel Tosh.
Good
Crazy
guy.
man.
Good motherfucker, dude. But
Crosses.
yeah, man.
I love it.
This year is just the biggest shit show of all time. 2016 was, a lot of celebrity deaths. This is 2017 is the fucking just the biggest shit show of the year of all time,
It's
man.
just how many fights can America pick with itself? It's pretty fun.
Oh, it's
pretty fun
such
to being the neutral guy I am. It's pretty fun to sit back and watch everyone just.
Something.
Dumbasses.
It's weird. I try to be as neutral as I can in a lot of situations when it comes to certain topics. When it comes to this one, I'm all when it comes to the protesting of the the taking a knee thing during the football games. I'm all for it, dude. I don't get that's cool. I think it's awesome. Why they're doing it is awesome, and all the people that are saying it's because they're disrespecting the flag and the national anthem, they're not patriotic, need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is about racial injustice, which is a thing that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about now.
Now they do.
I mean, they do because
it,
no.
dude.
But my whole thing is they do because they're just it's not about that. It's not about that. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's about this.
No, bro. This is this.
But that's
this
what I'm
part
saying,
of history is gonna be huge.
Oh, it's gonna be.
It's-
in 50 years from now, kids are gonna be in school and be in the year 20.
Learning about fucking the shit that LeBron James said on fucking Twitter when Donald Trump said, "Oh, I heard Steph Curry didn't want to or was hesitating about his invite."
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You're uninvited. Fucking LeBron James, my president, said, "Fucking you bum." Steph Curry didn't get uninvited. He already said he wasn't coming.
Yeah.
And he used to say that it used to be an honor to come to the White House, but not since you've been there, or some shit like that.
Yeah, dude, it was
And I'm
wild.
Yo, fuck yes, this is amazing content.
I mean,
I'm loving everything.
What I just don't
see.
get is how this dude's almost been in office for a fucking year now, dude. It's coming up. It's
fucked.
creeping up, dude.
both
And I'm just
options,
dude.
granted, both options we had were shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so-
absolutely.
This one, he's just way more.
But
an asshole
okay,
speaks out
and
way
that
too
and
much
but that's the
about it.
thing though, is that yes, Hillary Clinton would not have been a good candidate as well.
Neither candidates were fit.
No, I know, but what I'm saying,
I would have been mad
God,
if either one won.
I hate to be that guy, but at the same time, if Hillary was president, we wouldn't be. I don't think we would be dealing with all the fucking division in this country that we're going through right now.
Oh, it would just the hate would just
it
grow
would just be a-
stronger.
I think it
would
would
be
be.
a
I think it would be a gender war, maybe, but not like a
I think
culturally
it would just-
dividing
I don't think it would be a
thing.
gender
No,
war.
I think
maybe
it would
not, I don't
genuinely
know.
just be more bullshit, different bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
would be.
different than
It
what we're
would be
dealing with
different bullshit, but at least it's not culturally, racially dividing. You know what I mean? Because that's
now. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Who does know?
But-
Maybe not.
Yeah,
but at the
but-
same time, it's that's what the big thing is now. It really sucks because
I see where you're going.
I have so many friends who are not white. I have more friends who are not white than I do have white people friends.
Are African American.
Exactly. Like Maro, one of my best friends, he's fucking Egyptian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jay, he's Asian, and Mike is,
Asian as fuck.
yeah, and Mike is, he's part Hispanic, and Griffin's a white dude, but
Yeah.
know-
We're all inclusive, and I think that's how a lot of people fucking should be, but a lot of people aren't.
it's really sad to see how many people in this country are
nonetheless.
very, very exclusive to or very closed-minded to opening their minds and progressing as a human race. Fucking
They just see they think that they're seen as the enemy. Like white people are. White people think that they're being victimized because of all of this shit that's going on. Like all of the Black Lives Matter movement. Before it had gotten shoveled up with Antifa and stuff like that,
yeah.
It's I'm not saying that Black Lives Matter is Antifa, but there are extremists in both sides of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
But the fucking the problem with the white people that are upset about people saying that there are injustices and stuff is because they're being victimized. They're being told you're white, so you're the reason, but they're not really being told you're the reason. It's just we like shit is bad for us. We want it to not be bad for us. That's it. That was the whole like backstory of it. You know, like that's why people are kneeling. You know, like it's just that's like where we're at now. It's the
and then it's those closed-minded assholes that still see in colors.
It's regressive. It's not allowing the what Black Lives Matter originally wanted to happen.
Making people that don't give a shit like us look bad.
Like
it sucks.
When are the MAGA fans gonna actually want to make America great for the first time?
Yeah.
It's awesome in one way because I've seen a lot. I've just seen a lot of articles. I've seen a lot of reports about all these people who once supported Trump who now don't because of all the stuff that he promised that he said he would do and he has not done it yet, such as the wall.
First year of presidency.
Yeah, but
nothing's
at the same time, but that's
nothing. All the people that are mad about Trump not getting shit done is because they don't know what the fuck's happening. Because every president, like that first 4 years you work as a president should be you working on your image to maintain that position so that you can have it for another 4 years to when you actually start the beginning process of changing things. That's how presidency works today.
But
he's fucking spiraling down.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say.
It's really bad.
It's like, because you were saying like a long time ago, like when we were first talking about him being president, you just were saying like,
keep going.
I know. I just remember you talking to me about because I had some issues and concerns about things, and you just told me, dude, failure breeds failure, and it's just like. But what I'm saying with like what I was saying earlier was like a lot of people are seeing I know that it takes time to do a lot of things that the president is saying he wants to do, like building the wall and all that bullshit, but. It's but all the Trump supporters who are backing off now are the fucking retards of the world. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is they're just ignorant. They're not educated enough. They're they're the people that drink Bud Light, have their fucking shirts off, screaming "Yeehaw" at the top of their lungs.
That feel victimized.
Because fucking all lives matter. No, it's not the fucking point. That's not the point of it.
Do you want to know something? This is kind of a tangent from this, but do you want to know something crazy about Pennsylvania?
I do.
People in Pennsylvania will have rebel flag stickers on the back of their cars. Pennsylvania is above the Mason-Dixon line.
Right.
It was part of it's not part of the Confederate.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
You've lived in Pennsylvania your entire life, and you buy a fucking flag. That's like going out and buying a fucking North Korea flag for your car. You lost.
Which would be funny.
Why do you still care about you losing?
I see the irony in that. I think that'd be funny. I don't know. That's
getting the North Korea flag for your. I mean, granted, we're pretty edgy, so I could see us buying it.
As a joke, okay. So don't take me seriously. All right.
I don't know.
Unless North Korea is listening, we weren't talking about you.
What if?
Bye. Have a good day.
Finally, that's it. This is the last straw. Now
North
we're sending
Korea.
the nukes, and then they step on the little fucking.
Who's gonna see this from North Korea?
Oh, dude, I hope no one does.
Bro, Kim Jong-un just looks up our podcast.
He's like, son of a bitch.
That might be racist, but I'll allow it.
I have a Vietnamese brother too. Okay,
yeah, that's true. You do.
All inclusive with my family. My family look like.
I literally thought you were going to say I'm all inclusive in my racism. That's literally what I thought you were going to say.
Oh my god!
Sorry about that. Bro. I have a really fucked up mind. I apologize.
No, dude, it's cool. It's edgy. It's if you guys are offended, I mean, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to know what I think about
foul.
You know what I think about when I hear people oh, I'm so offended. To me, that's the adult version of saying I'm telling.
Yeah.
It's fuck out of here, man.
I think that certain things are offensive and shouldn't be said.
Oh, of course.
But don't take away the
context matters.
Yeah, context absolutely does matter.
Context matters in this shit, and in no way am I fucking serious about half the shit I say when I'm making fun of it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
absolutely.
We're
if
pretty
someone-
bad with stuff,
Yeah,
you know.
dude.
But I mean,
Dude.
if you watch stand up from the '80s, dude,
Oh my God,
bro,
dude.
we're pretty level headed. I may say that I'm a pretty good citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty talented, you know,
Dude,
like
even some
individual.
shit from the 90s that I watched.
Dude.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's just like
Dude, from 2005, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
We're
Yeah.
not that far off. Like we're only like what 5
and
years.
it's
into
fine.
this shit,
It's
where
fine
we're
if
What?
you if you
like
if you
5
love
years out of,
something,
like, racism, I guess.
you know, and you
Right.
care about something,
Progressing, I
and
think.
someone talks shit on that thing, and it makes you feel like shit. But just remember that, like, it doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think. You know, you don't
Yeah.
have to. You don't have to like perpetually hate humanity because you know you're having trouble identifying with yourself. You know, of
Yeah.
like what and who you are. It's more than just that. It's like you're much more deeper than you are on the outside. We all are. You know.
I mean, yeah. I in no way. I don't like offending people.
Everybody wants
I
to
don't
change
like-
things about themselves.
I don't like any I just don't like arguments. I don't like pissing people off because I'm a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if someone is a fucking asshole, sure, then I'll be a dick to him. Then I kind of enjoy pissing someone off. But like,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
definitely.
anything that I fucking say, that is offensive is usually a joke 95% of the time. The other 5% is for the few times assholes talk with me, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna be a dick to you right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I feel like that's how all of our friends are, and that gets lost in context when it comes to talking with those oversensitive people.
I feel it,
They're just
yeah.
very like, hey, wait, don't say that because I'm fucking, don't make fun of vegans because I'm vegan, and I'm like, well, it's a joke, so.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
mean,
and
shit.
see that's the thing about a lot of like, you know, a lot of people in this day and age is everyone is super oversensitive,
Yeah.
and you know, especially like when it. But I mean, like in our friend group, you know what I mean? Like especially in our friend group, you know, I've made fun of Griffin for being sick, not like.
Yeah, yeah.
Not maliciously, of course. I would never
just
maliciously.
Poking fun.
I would never say anything
makes fun of
about.
himself
Yeah, he
about
makes
it.
fun of himself, you know, all the fucking time about it. But like,
I make asthma jokes at myself.
yeah, exactly. Like
great.
if I made an asthma joke at you, you know I'm not coming from a place of hate.
Asshole, I've been to the ER so many times. Blah blah blah. blah. Like, you're
Yeah,
not gonna do
exactly.
that.
Like you know, we all have our fucking skeletons in our closet, and some of us know each other's skeletons, and like it's gonna like. Dude, like that's just one of the things. Like being friends with somebody, you poke fun at them, even if it is a sensitive subject. If you know they're like if
And
I
nonetheless, if lines are crossed,
yeah.
don't talk about it. Don't. Well, I mean, do talk about it. Don't like yell at them for it.
Yeah,
discuss it
absolutely.
with them. Like pull them aside. Hey, like if we could just not talk about that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that, and I'd be like, I'm so sorry. I'll
Yeah,
shut up.
exactly. And that's the thing of like if you have respect for the person you're talking to or you're making fun of, like, you know, there's going to be a time where lines will be crossed. Like with me, I have my own kind of like threshold of like, hey, that's fucking enough. Like I don't appreciate that kind of stuff. Like please don't mention that again or whatever. But it's very few times where like, you know, someone will make fun of me and I like get mad. You know, like I've learned to like kind of push that to the side as I've gotten older. Like, and that goes with all my other friends too. Like I said with Griffin, I've made one joke about him having cancer. Do you want to hear what it is? It's pretty funny. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not.
I was almost.
Tell me later. Yeah.
I'll tell you off.
Yeah,
I'll,
we'll save
I'll tell
it.
you off
Yeah.
tape. But Griffin knows what it is, and like he laughed.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody laughed. Like it was kind of one of those oh shit kind of laughing. But like Griffin didn't care, man. Griffin didn't get mad.
Yeah, exactly. And
Like he was laughing.
Yeah.
Like-
Those are-
Bro, he was throwing something at him that you
Yep.
know it should have never happened. And like when shit like that happens to you, like that's all you can do is
Yeah.
fucking laugh at it. Like
Exactly.
you
Especially,
have to laugh it off,
especially
bro.
because he beat it.
Yeah.
That's
whooped its
such
ass,
a good. That's one of those things where it's
if he didn't beat it,
or if
then
he still
you shouldn't make
had
that
it, then
joke,
yeah, you
know
don't
what I
make
mean?
Probably
jokes.
shouldn't make that joke. But
Yeah, exactly. Like if
totally.
he's still going through chemotherapy right now, I would not make jokes about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100% not.
Yeah, no,
Oh, man.
that kid went through a hell of a time, and he still
Yeah, man.
shoots shit about it. You know, he's just like,
Yeah,
I'm just
man,
gonna
he's
crack some
very
jokes here and
he's
there.
very open about it, and like I think like it's just people like him that make me have a little bit of faith in humanity.
Dude.
But then there's people that who are very, very, very too sensitive about like if I make a joke about something and that person identifies with that joke, they feel like they're being personally attacked, and that's like the worst feeling in the world. But at the same time, it's like, dude, if it's a friend kind of poking fun at being vegan, being vegetarian, or whatever, it's like you should know as your friend. Like if I ever made a vegan joke about, or like whatever about to Griffin again, because he's the only person I know that's vegan, like in our media group of friends. Yeah. If I made a joke towards him and he got like offended by it, I would never do it again. Yeah. But like, lesson learned. Yeah. But he should also know that like I'm one of his best friends and that I am not coming at him at a place of malicious intent. Like I'm just like, hey, I'm fucking with you, dude. Like I love you and I'm fucking with you. Like relax.
Happened online with that once
I know.
too, and I killed a friendship because of
that.
Yep,
I know. I saw that happen right before my eyes.
And I'm like, dude, but the whole time I was not like in any way being like really like I wasn't convicting or anything like that. In my
Tom
actions.
Called himself a lesbian.
Yeah, as a fucking joke.
Dude, okay, here's the thing.
Here's
that's
one of them did eventually.
I'm sorry. It was a really fucking funny joke.
Listen,
I laughed.
Here's what it was too.
My bisexual girlfriend laughed.
Yeah, it was a picture that said, "I don't get why all girls aren't lesbian. Like, have you seen girls?" And I commented on like, "Oh yeah, I'm a lesbian." Like,
dude, do you know how many jokes like that I've made to my gay friends and they did not give a flying fuck about it? And even in this day and age, they don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah. And it was just like a typical keyboard warrior friend that was just like.
It was very stupid.
I'm so angry.
It was stupid. The joke was dumb as fuck. Yeah. But it was funny.
I thought it was dumb how like 17 people backing me later versus just that one person, and still was like, you're all stupid.
This is why. Like, no, this is why I think that
like math right now, like 17 versus 1. Which one's gonna win? 17. Just. We should join us.
We should, as a community, as a country, as an existence, just boycott Facebook and everybody just use Twitter.
Dude, check this out.
Use Twitter.
Hold on.
It's so much better.
I don't use
You don't
Twitter.
have to deal with
I should
bullshit.
though.
It's funny. Like
what? Here's a really good one. And this is my last tweet. I was like, race war. I'm way fast, so don't even worry. Like that was my last tweet. Like, dude, and I thought that was so funny. And no way am I fucking being a dickhead about it. It's just
that's hilarious.
Thinking of dumb shit, and no one got offended.
Here's what I think should happen, and of course, Facebook is not going to do this. Twitter is not going to do this. Instagram is not going to do this. No social media whatsoever is going to do what I'm about to say.
Race war, dude.
Joke's on you. I'm way fast.
Like, keep going. I'm still listening.
I
just thought
all social medias should literally have the algorithm of no more comments. No more comment section.
That's what I'm saying. You use Twitter, like you get retweeted by somebody, or you'll get replied. But it's like no. Follow, like people that just follow you won't see the reply.
No. What I'm saying is there's no @ replies on Twitter. There's nothing. You just like or retweet. You like the tweet or you retweet it, and that's it. That's all you get. On Facebook, you write your status and you get a like, a share, a react. That's it. You don't get a comment section. No. I'm telling you right now,
it would fix a lot.
If every social media platform did that, this world would be such a better place.
I don't know, man.
What it would do.
But I see.
It wouldn't be as fun. But what it would do is that it would be the catalyst to actually talk to a fucking human being about what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like if I disagreed with you on something and I went to my keyboard and said, "You fucking asshole," this, I would never say you're a fucking asshole and argue with that point in real life. I never would.
Yeah, that's
please do it. We could make such a good podcast if we fucking just argued the entire time.
I highly, highly, highly doubt you and I disagree on. I highly doubt you and I disagree on a lot of things. The one thing we may disagree on is EDM, but that's it.
Dude, EDM. Okay.
I really don't want to talk about that, but
we don't have to talk about that. It's
not EDM.
But I'm just saying though, like, can you imagine, maybe the social medias, the platforms would not be as addicting either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people would not go on their phones as much because they can't write a fucking rebuttal.
I try my best to like keep away from my phone sometimes. Like I like social media, like back to like that whole addiction thing. Social media can be a huge addiction.
Dude, you want to know what? There's this guy. he's like he's not necessarily a motivational speaker.
He's
Yeah,
Flo Antonio.
He's the I don't know.
We
So
both
Flo
just look at
Antonio.
you like,
You must have the answer.
Is it Gary V? So you guys are thinking.
Maybe.
remember.
No,
David
not
Dobrik?
not that guy. No, it's not Gary V.
I don't even know if David Dobrik's a motivational
I don't know,
speaker.
but it's
I just know he's big
this
on YouTube
the
right
guy
now.
that I'm talking about was talking about the stigma of being a millennial.
yeah.
And he had like
Yeah,
these
I know-
the
yeah, I know-
glasses.
yeah,
He
I
kind of
know
looked like
exactly
Steve Jobs a little bit.
Anthony Fantano?
Maybe.
Does Anthony Fantano look like Steve
No,
Jobs?
it's-
I don't know. But basically that guy was saying that like when you get a like on a social media, when you see that notification,
Yeah,
it's
secretes
this
serotonin.
that
Simon Sinek.
yes,
think
that
that's
guy.
his name.
He said it
This dude.
what did you say, serotonin? I thought it was
Oh,
dopamine.
that guy.
Dopamine. Yeah.
He said it releases the same amount of dopamine as if you would like take a drink or like, smoke a cigarette. Like it just releases endorphins, releases a high that you get. So basically social media, when you see that stuff, it's like almost programmed into your brain that when you see a notification being someone liked your photo, you get that rush. You're like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. That's why people are so narcissistic.
Bro, I turned my fucking notifications off.
Dude, I can't do. I have our texts, and that's about it. Like our rope gang. Chat,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
like, obviously.
Shout out Rope Gang.
Yeah.
Yo, if anyone is watching this is a fan of Rope Gang,
Yeah,
shout
we
out
have
to
our
you.
we have our group chat titled rope gang.
Yeah, dude.
It's
For the boys,
Yeah.
Fucking
like Saturdays. Dude,
what did I say about your thing tomorrow night or whatever for your birthday is like I asked Jay, I was like, what day is it tomorrow? And he's just like, oh, it's Thursday. And I was like, Thursdays are for the boys. Like, every day is for the boys. All right, brother. Dude, someone came at me for saying that when I was like, Saturdays are for the boys. They were like,
Wow.
dude, you're like excluding genders. And I'm like,
Yeah, I've done it since I was
Listen.
like 8 when I made a fort that
Listen.
said no girls allowed on the bitch. Shit,
Like-
get over it.
like if you separate yourself from the genders in a social aspect, you learn more about that person in those situations than you would as if it was a co-ed like environment.
I think
It's a true thing. It really
Yeah.
is. That's why people have like fraternities or sororities, or like
Yep.
they'll have like, the gym locker rooms are split in half. Like it's just one of those things where it's like, it's for the boys, dude. Like I say
boys'
shit with my
restroom?
boys
For the
that like
boys,
I
like-
don't really want to say in front of my girlfriend. I mean, I will, it's no big deal, but it's one of those things where like, I'm able to open myself up differently.
Hey,
you know,
there's girl talk and there's
Exactly,
dude,
yeah.
yeah.
like girl,
Tina's
I
in a
know-
girl chat.
Yeah, I
Dude,
know.
she has her group of friends that she probably talks about the fucking worst shit about.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like,
talking
like
about?
my double chin, or like me not doing the dishes, or
Exactly.
I'll do the dishes when I get home.
Yeah.
But dude, I saw
There's only like 3.
I think I saw this.
Yeah, there's one of my glasses.
Yeah.
I'll clean that.
I'm not exactly sure how long ago I saw this, but I literally saw like a one of those like long fucking thingies on
Like
Facebook, basically saying how we should boycott the word dude.
Dude, no.
Dude, fuck that.
I say dude too much.
I
I
skate,
I
and so
started
that's
saying
just, like,
dude
regular.
way before I even seen California in my future.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't-
some
same.
people say,
I
"Oh, in
don't-
California, people call dude everything." It's like, no. If you are involved, if you're from California, or you're involved with any sort of extreme sport
Yeah, any
as a
action
child, it doesn't
Oh,
matter
dude.
if it was a fucking scooter or a fucking Healy. You said
Yes.
dude
The amount of time you saw
all
someone
the time.
Dude,
Dude,
land a
like,
kickflip,
okay,
you know?
we're
Like,
stupid. Sorry, IQ level is low. Dude is one of the best words ever. It's like fuck.
It's
you know?
it's just one of those words where it's just an exclamatory where you're just like, dude, like
Yes.
that was sick, or like fucking dude.
Yes.
did you
Or
see
like
that
your
shit?
last name is another one which
Exactly.
you hate, but that's
No,
fine.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, well, you said you hated it when you.
I hated it when I was in 7th grade because that fucking movie ruined my life.
Bro, it's fine. I had a movie ruin my life before I even knew what a movie was.
Oh my god, I keep
I
forgetting
remember
you keep
telling
telling
me
that
Yeah.
story.
dude. And see what I fucking mean.
Yeah.
And then we were going across the street to that 7-Eleven, and we were like, "Oh, let's just go." And we're running. It's a car full of people. We have no idea who they are. They're like, "Run, Forrest, run!" And he
Oh
just stops.
my
He's like,
God.
"No," and I'm cracking up. I'm like,
I
"It's
stopped
not
running and I
Forrest."
started walking.
Yeah.
I was legit like,
Oh, man.
you know what?
Suddenly the rush wasn't there. We were like, "Oh, we gotta run." No.
Like
nah.
literally when someone says that to me while I'm doing it, that whole situation just 180s. Like it is complete. Like I will
Fun,
stop
fun, and
running.
just fuck.
Like Nope, I'm fucking walking. You know what? I'm fucking over it.
Oh my dear God.
The best part about that too was I when I turned around, I was like, his name is Forrest for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Thank you.
Didn't
Thank
even
you for
notice
making
people.
my life a fucking, you know, a run-on joke. It's
Yeah.
fucking about Tom Hanks.
I've never said that to you, I don't think, other than like.
Bro,
mimicking
it's
people.
cool, dude.
don't worry.
It's one of those things where it's like, haha, you're wearing a beanie. You know, it's like you're like, okay, fine, whatever.
Right on,
you know,
yeah, for sure, dude.
what's next in this fucking conversation? You know, like,
Dude, it's so funny when people like first meet me and they find out what my last name is and they're like, "Oh, so are you like actually sweet?" And I literally will tell those people like, "Dude, I can guarantee you will not come up with a joke about my last name that I have not heard."
I have a friend named Guy too, and he, oh man,
Oh, I'm sure he fucking gets
I'm not sure, buddy, guy.
dude, he's heard it. He's heard
Oh,
it.
I'm sure
man.
he has.
Dude, it's the best
I'm a
when-
fucking hypocrite for like
Yeah,
making
yeah.
a joke and
Yeah.
laughing about it, but I get a pass. All right, you know, some of us we get the pass.
Some of us get a pass.
I get the pass.
I
you know?
fucking get one
yes,
too.
Mr. Burpee.
Dude, whenever
Thomas
people,
the Tank Engine.
Yeah, oh dude, I still need to get a train tattooed on me.
Bro, I keep on finding the best Thomas the Tank Engine memes. And I
Yeah.
don't know why I just don't share every one of them.
Yeah, I want to
They're
see them
so
too.
good. They're so tight.
No, yeah,
There's
so
one of
so Guy,
Waka Flocka.
he,
dude.
every time, dude, I love that one. Every time someone's like, "Oh, you a nice, pretty nice guy," dude.
Oh wow.
I love being the third person in this. Whenever this shit happens, I just sit back and I watch him, and his reactions change every time. He'll either be like, "Ha ha," and he'll literally crack up. He's like, hilarious,
Yeah.
and just like does that. He's just so done with it after probably elementary school, you know.
Oh,
Jesus.
dude.
And, oh man.
It's kind of cool, like when I was single, like when like you know a girl would find out about my last name, that was like an instant
the
win.
single
now.
one here,
Sweet,
right?
dude. Yeah,
It was an
single
instant
one was
win.
not-
But
single
anyways,
Billy.
I'm not anymore. I'm in a loving, committed relationship, so it's
Ew,
fucking rad.
gross.
All right, let's keep it fucking NC-17 rated right now, all right, dude?
All right, dude. Fucking unrated.
Fucking the
Fuck
penis
NC-17.
goes in the vagina.
Guys.
That was sick
Guys.
with the beatboxing. We should do that sometime.
Guys,
What?
Star Wars is almost coming out.
Okay, yeah.
Oh
Let's.
my God.
All right, we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this on a fucking good note. Let's
Yeah.
fucking kill it with some fucking theories.
Okay.
What are you guys?
Before I want to end this one, I want to ask like around the table kind of questions.
Okay.
I love these.
okay,
things.
as okay, it's a weird thing. Like recently, like I asked all my coworkers and some of my other friends these like random questions that I'm like never thought about asking my friends before. So I want to ask those questions for everybody to kind of tell some stories and stuff. Okay, but anyways,
this Star
talk
Wars
about
shit.
let's talk about Star Wars theories first.
fucking yes.
Anyways, okay, so what theories are we discussing?
All right.
Shit.
Okay. So
Well,
I
what are the
think
big questions?
that this is
Yeah.
what I want the movie to be. All right.
Okay.
this is so off the wall bullshit, like coming out of mine own asshole. You know.
Good.
It's just like this is
Totally
my
fine.
envisioning the perfect fucking Star Wars like sequel to The Force Awakens. You know.
Okay.
This movie, if it goes the way that I want it to,
Yeah.
I want Luke to fucking, you know, like Rey lands on the fucking planet, you know, it's probably the Jedi Temple, you know, like the fucking ultimate one.
Right.
She fucking she comes up, they're like in a cave somewhere, he's talking about like the Force is dead, and then just a red lightsaber turns on. And then
shit.
he just goes like straight through her jugular.
Okay.
You know, and then whips the thing out. And dude, bro, like
Credits roll 2 minutes.
Dude, bro,
2 minutes in.
if that shit happens, dude, I'm like fucking, you know, that's how you make a fucking good movie.
I think Luke is going to like kind of convince Rey that the light and the dark side like are like don't exist.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna pull the gray Jedi.
gray Jedi?
That's
Absolutely.
exactly what I'm
I
thinking,
think
too.
because if you think about it, when Luke says it's time for the Jedi to end, what does that mean? Does that mean the light side? Does that mean the dark side? Or does it mean like the entirety of the both sides of the Force, like as a whole, because the gray Jedi, you know, obviously is walking in between the light and the dark side, and they're not selfish, but they're a little bit selfish. You know what I mean? But like, I think this is going to be the first time in the trilogy's
That's on backwards.
looks good, dude. So I think this is going to be the first time we're ever going to see the term be used in the movies, and the first like Luke being the first gray Jedi.
Yeah.
Although there is a theory that Qui-Gon Jinn was a gray Jedi.
Yeah, I heard that too. He was like probably the closest thing to it.
I think he honestly was, to be completely like,
yeah.
if we're talking about this, like I 100% believe that Qui-Gon Jinn was a gray Jedi.
I can see that.
Because he defied the Jedi Council many times, and I don't think that's something that you would do.
I mean, hell, just training Anakin.
Anakin did it.
Yeah, taking on Anakin as a Padawan after they literally said no, and then he's like, "Well, Obi-Wan's ready for the trial, so fucking like there you go." And he's like, "I am ready for the trials." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's just like the. I know that maybe like defying like your masters like in the Jedi Council may not be like something that a gray Jedi would do, but I think that defying someone's master is one like factor into kind of like bridging that gap in between the light and the dark side.
I watched that because I watched the Star Wars theory videos a lot too, just because they're so informative and like
Absolutely.
the span of like
The 8 minutes that they have,
you know? And they like I could easily grasp that idea. And I mean, I agree with you when it comes to Luke Skywalker. I think they're gonna somehow incorporate a gray Jedi.
Because I think maybe they're also like, hopefully in this movie they will address like where he's been and like the kind of shit that's happened to him, like dude, to be completely honest, like
who her parents are more.
I think what's gonna happen with her parentage is that they're just gonna be nobodies.
Yeah.
If I'm being real honest, we already have Kylo Ren as the son of Han Solo and Leia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's enough. I honestly feel like that's enough, like, kind of shock value, like, oh, shit, like, he's his son. I feel like that would just be kind of like...
That's going to piss off a lot of people.
Of course it's going to piss off a lot of people, but, like, here's my theory about how Rey got her powers. My theory is that there is this... I don't remember the name of what this is, but there's some forbidden thing, like, some forbidden rule in the Jedi Code that you're not allowed to put the Force into objects. So what I think Luke did was after the Jedi Temple, or like the new Jedi Order that he was doing was like killed off by Kylo Ren and all that kind of stuff, that when he went into exile, what I think happened was before that happened, he met up with Maz Kanata, put the vision of what Rey saw into his lightsaber and gave it to her and be like, hey, whoever hears this and follows it to the lightsaber, give it to them.
Okay.
And have them complete this, like... Yeah, so I think that maybe there was people before Rey that went to Maz Kanata's castle, heard the calling of the lightsaber, being like, what the fuck, what is that coming from? Didn't follow it completely, didn't open up that chest and take the lightsaber. So I think, I don't even think Rey was Force sensitive to begin with.
Oh.
What I'm saying is that, like, I feel like people heard it, like as if they heard a ghost. Like you hear a noise down the hallway and you follow it. So what I think happened was there were many people before her that heard this calling, did not follow it, and did not, whatever.
like-
they
like
just were
any-
like,
any
what
other
the fuck
thing
is like, what the
do
fuck
when
is
they hear
that
a
noise? Like I hear something, but I'm not gonna follow it. I'm just
haunted, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but Rey was the first person, obviously, to hear the calling, follow it all the way, touch it, see that vision, and that's how she got her Force powers.
Interesting.
That's how I
can
think
see
she
that.
got it.
It's an
And I think that's how Luke is going to. I think that's going to be one of the first things that he says to her. He's. I feel like when she hands it to him, he's either going to say like,
keep it, kid. No, I'm kidding.
then maybe either that like
1/4 portion.
1/4 portion. Either that or like he's going to say things like he's like, you found me, or it's just like he'll say I don't think he's going to be like, my daughter. I don't think it's going to be like
I don't.
that.
Yeah,
I don't think he was. I think that Rey is Luke's or Luke is Rey's father's nephew's cousin's uncle's former
Just
roommate.
fucking
as
just
their one little callback to Spaceballs.
extended family.
Which makes us absolutely nothing, which is what you are about to become.
Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Let's see how well you can handle it.
That movie was a masterpiece. That was actually the first movie I ever bought.
Mel Brooks said that everybody is too sensitive, and it's just like, bro, you're
Very true.
fucking 98. Like, why are you still talking out loud?
So what about Snoke? What are we thinking about him?
So I think he's just gonna be his own.
I think he's gonna be his own, too.
Unfortunately, like there's a ton of theories behind it, and the one that like stands out to me the most is obviously the Plagueis one.
Yeah.
And like that whole.
You think so?
Well, I mean,
It's not Mace Windu.
I could see no hell no.
Mace Windu. Okay.
I could see that whole thing.
Here's why I say it's not fucking Mace Windu for all the people out there who do think it is.
Snoke did not say motherfucker once.
It's snack time for me, so I'm just gonna.
For me, my reasoning is Mace Windu got his hand cut off.
Yeah.
He got his right hand cut off.
Yeah.
Supreme Leader Snoke has both of his hands still.
Yeah. That's like immediately debunking it.
Yeah, so like there's like to me that's my key evidence in like how it's not him.
I loved the Plagueis theory too, just the whole metachlorian.
It makes complete sense.
The metachlorian thing though.
No, that's bullshit.
And I'm like, okay, damn it, because that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think he's just gonna be this new entity, new character.
I think Snoke is super old.
Yeah.
Like predating Darth Plagueis old. Meaning like I think like okay, so what I think happened was for him, his story's going to be revealed some way somehow, I don't know, but I think what's going to happen is that he's going to be revealed to be like older than like the Knights of the Old Republic or like he is from the Knights of the Old Republic.
I can see that.
They're somehow going to bring that back even though it's considered not canon anymore. But he's going to either have something like that, and he was in hiding for so long that he waited for the fall of the Empire to rise up and create the First Order.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the only one real thing that makes enough sense. Okay. Or my other theory is that he is a youngling that escaped Anakin Skywalker's massacre.
Yeah.
That's another one.
I mean, what was the line that he said? He has been around long enough to see
what's weird about the books and the movies, like the novelization of the movie is there's so much more information in the book that's not in the movie that's just like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. Why wouldn't that be added in the movie?
It's so hard to add everything.
Well, yeah, of course, but I mean when it comes to certain things, like there's like this we were watching one of the theories at your house, and this guy read an excerpt from the Force Awakens novelization and that wasn't in the movie. I'm like, dude, if that was in the movie, that would have made it like so much more like captivating. Yeah, you know what I mean?
The vision scene, when it's that hallway and she like sees it and she starts walking towards something. Apparently, what she sees is a young Kylo Ren as well in the novelization.
No shit.
That's what they said. And I was like, dang, that's
crazy.
It's supposed to be younger Kylo Ren.
Supposed to be, yeah.
And so that's what she walks towards next, and then cuts to the next scene.
And then it cuts to
But I mean, there's so much fucking more in the books. It's crazy. I just found I think it was
I want to read.
Revenge of the Sith book, and so I'm literally finally like.
Dude, there's even more
up on all of my knowledge and stuff like that, just to
Yeah,
there's a fucking Filthy Frank book out now. Called Francis.
You ordered it?
Yeah, I got it off Amazon.
Very nice.
Should be here tomorrow.
Does anybody else have any other theories?
Nothing.
I don't think I have any more theories. The ones that you guys talked about are the only ones that come to mind because it's still early.
Questions are
there? I am excited to see this planet that's covered in ash, basically.
Great. Yeah. Great. Like, yeah, me too.
I like like me, like I'm very
dude. Cannot believe I'm stoked to see the A-wings and I'm stoked to see the AT-M6, which is like a gorilla walker.
Yeah,
dude.
There's gonna be like a coalition of two different types from two different like fucking time periods. Like that's awesome, you know. Mm-hmm. But that's also cool. With I'm excited to see like the new stuff, you know. Whatever, like we haven't seen like the gorilla walkers, like that shit's gonna be
more force usage as well. Like hopefully. That's one of the awesome things we didn't get in the originals.
I'm really hoping for. I really need to see an elaborate lightsaber battle.
Oh, dude, I'm hoping that it's either a 3-way battle with Luke, Rey, and Kylo Ren, or just Rey versus Kylo Ren round 2, or Luke versus Kylo Ren. If it's Luke versus Kylo Ren, that is going to be probably one of the most insane lightsaber battles. Mm-hmm. Probably better than Obi-Wan versus Anakin.
What if
that's saying a lot.
Beats out Kylo and then is like a Sith?
I'm stronger
You just
than
really
you.
want him to be.
Dude,
a Sith.
see the thing is
I
that I
have
don't.
Sith tattoos. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Sith is
I would
way
like
cooler.
the Skywalker family to continue being Sith.
I honestly don't think Disney is gonna go through with something like that. Because you want to know why? Because they're cognizant about what people are saying about the movies. Because we now live in the age of the internet. Back when the prequels came out, I had no idea people hated on them. Now I fucking know almost like probably want to say like half of the fandom in Star Wars hates the prequels and half of them loves them.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I think they're paying attention to what people are saying. Like when they announced that J.J. Abrams was coming to write and direct Episode 9, I was ecstatic. I was like, fuck yeah, he's going to make it good. He had to play it safe for The Force Awakens because it was the first Star Wars movie in 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. So he was paying his tribute to the original trilogy and kind of saying fuck you to the prequels. But now, with this being the last one in the sequel trilogy, he's gonna go out with a bang, dude.
Oh yeah.
He's going to.
This is. Oh man, I'm stoked for this December, man. That's all I can fucking say.
Yeah, same. The Last Jedi is because obviously we don't know anything about Episode 9 at all. We know nothing about the story. We've not seen any content about it, obviously.
I'm stoked to see what questions are raised
Yeah.
for Episode 9.
So I honestly, just judging right now, it's too early to say it, but I think The Last Jedi is going to be the Empire Strikes Back of this trilogy, being the best of them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like that.
This is gonna be a crazy.
And I highly doubt there's going to be any more like character reveals being like related to anybody else. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think we had enough of that already.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that shit will be in the books.
Maybe, possibly,
More than
but I think I'm even thinking even in the books and comic books and all that kind of stuff, video games. And all
There's
that kind of
nothing
stuff.
wrong with new characters.
No, there
That's
isn't.
what we want.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like we had, but the thing is like with Star Wars, people don't like. I mean, people do like new things, but people also like familiarity, which is why the
Fuck
Force.
that, dude.
Yeah, no,
Fuck
I agree.
that.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. But that's why they created Rogue One. You know that's why they did, because they were like, okay, The Force Awakens had a lot of this in it, but people still want to see Darth Vader, so we're going to make a story about the fucking Death Star plans, and we're going to add him in there as kind of like a, yeah, we're just still going to keep that going.
Yeah.
That movie was incredible.
Oh,
movie was
fuck
amazing.
yeah, it was.
The last 5
The last
movie-
5 minutes of that
movie was better than The Force Awakens.
My God.
For me, that's debatable. I think they're kind of like on that same tier.
I think I enjoyed.
I enjoyed The
Rogue
Force
One
Awakens
a
more.
little
I
bit
enjoyed
more.
The Force Awakens more only because it was a new story.
Yeah,
That's true.
Even though Rogue One had brand new characters and had a storyline that no one that we all wanted to see, that was awesome.
I'm a nerd for all the fucking linking those two movies.
Yeah.
together, And I'm
That
a
was
huge
great.
nerd for all the like little Easter eggs that they had in it, the whole Black Saber comment and stuff.
Oh, dude, and just like with the whole like CGI of Tarkin and like with Leia being still young in that movie, like dude, that like all that was awesome.
Yeah,
that to me made the movie the way it was. I loved it. You know what I mean? And just the idea of seeing that story of like how the rebels got the Death Star plans was awesome. But I feel like now it's like they're gonna be. I feel like for 8 and 9 they're gonna be moving forward. We got our dose of nostalgia as far as the characters go with the death of Han Solo and all that kind of stuff. I do believe that Princess Leia is going to die in this movie only because I have read many articles that her storyline ends in this movie anyways. Either she's going to die or she's going to be or she's just going to go into exile like Yoda did. So we'll see.
I mean, do you know what standalone movie they're doing? Because I remember
Han Solo.
They're doing Han Solo.
Han Solo comes out May 25th, 2018.
Such a stupid idea.
I don't
really
think it's that
wanted a
stupid.
Kenobi one.
They are making Kenobi one coming
Are
out
they?
2020.
Sweet. All right, never mind. I'm good.
I thought they were doing a Boba Fett one.
Boba Fett?
That's probably going to be next in line.
Yeah, they were doing the bounty hunter ones.
Yeah,
That'll
supposedly
be sick.
Boba.
I love bounty. If I could be anything in the Star Wars universe, I feel like I would.
Or
probably-
not Boba, maybe Django.
No.
No,
I think it's just a-
it would have been Boba.
Well, Django, we already kind of know his backstory because of Attack of the Clones,
yeah.
I think.
But I mean, I guess. But
think no, it was Boba actually because it was. I think it was going to address the whole thing about how Han Solo.
well, see, that's the thing.
Well, we just need to go get green tea Boba before we go see that movie.
Well, but no, here's the thing though. Originally, the Han Solo standalone movie was supposed to be a.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I
I'm
knew it was gonna happen.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
So, the Han Solo standalone movie was supposed to incorporate the story about Boba Fett's bounty on Han Solo, meaning like Boba Fett trying to capture him.
Bow.
But that obviously ended up not happening, and that's fine.
Well, I don't know. Either way, I love the little side films.
The side films are going to be cool. I'm really excited for the Han Solo film because Emilia Clarke is going to be in it, and because I'm a Game of Thrones fan, she's Daenerys Targaryen. That's going to be fun. And Donald Glover is young Lando, dude. Come on, you got to admit that's pretty fucking tight.
I love Donald Glover.
I do think that was a good casting call.
That was a great casting call.
And I freaking love. I'm stoked for the Kenobi one. I loved his performance in that.
I wonder if they're gonna get Ewan McGregor to be him again.
They better. If not,
I don't know, man.
If not, I
because
have faith that
I obviously
they're not
don't
gonna go too far to fuck it up.
Yeah,
you know,
because we obviously
it
don't.
would be cool if they did the time in between like 3 and 4.
That's what. That's what I'm saying.
So he would be
So
kind of
he would-
older,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Because right now
I could see him just out there in the desert, just being bored as fuck. Like, what if they made like? I think I
igniting his
talked to you
lightsaber
about
and,
this.
turning
Yeah,
off and shit.
I talked to this about with someone. I don't know if it was you or Griffin, but I was like, dude, how funny would it be if it was just Obi-Wan by himself the whole fucking movie?
that would be the worst.
And it's like basically that episode of Breaking Bad, The Fly, where it's like no one says anything. Fuck. All right. So there's this episode where they don't speak at all during it, and they're just trying to kill this fly in a clean room. You know, it's like fucking slapstick humor. It is so basic. It's hilarious, and I don't know. It's just different. You know.
Yeah.
If they made a movie of Obi-Wan, like Ewan McGregor, like playing like him out there with like the sand people, just him killing sand people, fucking nonstop.
Think about this too. When they do that, if it is between 3 and 4,
Yeah.
they'd bring in the whole Darth Maul.
They've already done it though. They already did it in Rebels.
I know, but it'd be
There'd be no real reason for them to bring that back onto the big screen.
They-
It would be
They
cool.
They should, because it would be tight to one, see Darth Maul again.
It
and
would be
actually
cool.
see a good fucking fight. Because in Rebels, it was like 3 parries and he was fucking dead. And
Yeah.
I was like, horse shit. This guy is like, a seasoned Kenobi, like, because Kenobi was a fucking badass. Like,
Yeah.
he had such a high kill count, and like he was very patient with his.
Judging by the like teaser poster that they did, it seems like it's going to be in between 3 and 4. Because right now, Ewan McGregor is 46 years old.
Yeah.
So obviously, we don't know how old Alec Guinness. I don't know how old Alec Guinness was in A New Hope. He's probably like in his 60s, maybe. So obviously, probably wouldn't be right before A New Hope, but it would be cool to see like in between 3 and 4, like maybe he's
Or just on the phone with Darth Vader. just constantly like.
I can't. Can you turn down your fucking breathing mask, please?
maybe we'll get to see like a young Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly.
A young Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, a young, like all those people, young, like kind of like him hiding out in the shadows, not hiding in the shadows, like kind of like overwatching him and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I love Kenobi. Kenobi's tight.
It'll be cool.
Qui-Gon was probably my favorite. Okay.
Maybe
Fun
we'll
question. Who was your favorite
BB-8 standalone?
Jedi? Who's your favorite Sith?
Okay.
favorite Jedi.
And favorite Sith. So pick one of each.
Sith is Plagueis.
Okay.
Fucking probably Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Favorite Jedi.
I'd have to say my favorite Jedi is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and my favorite Sith is my homie Darth Maul right here.
Yeah.
100% Darth Maul.
Shit, I realized I asked you guys that question, and then I was like, oh, wait. I
You
don't know
don't
my
have
fucking
an answer, do you, bitch?
I think, Jedi for sure was Qui-Gon. I just loved his confidence.
Right.
And his
But you have
mellowness.
a
It reminds me
tattoo
of
of
my dad,
Yoda.
you know?
Is he your favorite Sith?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
He is not.
Fuck out of here. And then my favorite Sith is either Maul or shit. Who else was a badass? Yeah, probably Maul or Plagueis. Honestly, as shitty as that is to pick between both years,
Dude, it's
Maul
fine.
was-
I mean, Palpatine was pretty
Shitty,
powerful,
dude.
but
I don't think Palpatine was a good Sith at all.
nah.
I never
mean,
seen
he
him
is-
wield a lightsaber.
yeah. I mean,
What are you fucking talking about? Did you not see Revenge of the Sith?
yeah, the
I
whole
saw
fucking-
Revenge of the Sith.
He wields a lightsaber in that movie
I mean,
enough.
didn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong, Billy. He didn't really like using lightsabers. He cared more about force. He thought.
Well,
it was
he's
child's play. He
more
preferred-
manipulation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he preferred
and
force use.
Yeah.
A lot like Fucking dildo saber. What's that guy?
Count Dooku?
Dildo.
Count
No,
dildo.
dude.
I love how fucking blotchy my mind goes.
In Revenge of the Sith, where
I
he
have
goes,
not watched-
it's treason. Then
Yeah.
He
Oh,
draws
he's
his sword and
crazy.
he kills the
knows-
3 Jedi.
he
And,
knows
I'm
every,
just stoned and I'm
and-
not thinking correctly.
and then he fights
does,
Mace
yeah.
Windu.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he
Yeah,
he
you're
knows
right.
every fighting form as
Holy
well too.
shit, you're
and
right.
He, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just
And-
thinking latter Palpatine, old Palpatine.
Yeah. But and
You know
al-
what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Old Palpatine, yeah.
seeing
Yeah,
him
we're
fight
talking
in the
about
original,
Yeah, he didn't do
You
shit.
know,
Yeah, definitely.
like
He had
why
Vader
wouldn't he
do it
wield
at
a
that point.
lightsaber then? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He had Vader at that point, but you know,
Yeah.
that's what happens when you become crippled and decrepit.
And then he also fights Yoda in the Senate.
Yeah, but that's all Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yeah, I know. That's only
Yeah,
Revenge of the
exactly.
Sith.
That's like
all
the
you see.
only
4, 5, and
movie.
6, you don't see
Yeah.
him do shit.
Exactly.
Revenge of the Sith is one of those movies where we finally got to see like certain things come to fruition.
Yeah,
that
it was pretty cool.
so sick. But yeah.
That fight scene, Anakin.
Oh my god, that fucking fight scene was ridiculous. I watched that.
That matched like the Darth Maul fight scene with me because for some reason,
Which one?
The one with Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Anakin and Obi-Wan in episode 3, but the Darth Maul fight scene forever will just.
I
be
like the
my
Obi-Wan.
favorite
I like the
choreographed one.
Obi-Wan Grievous fight
Really?
Ah,
I didn't care for that one.
I didn't care for that one either.
Grievous
that
was
one.
crazy
because Grievous is pretty
crazy,
gnarly.
by
He
the
had
way.
more lightsabers, dude.
Like aside from the movies and like actual.
that was
like,
first reaction of seeing the movie when I was fucking. I don't remember how old I
Yeah,
was.
I was 17 when that movie came out, so you're probably like 15.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Maybe
like, look at
14.
his arms.
I was younger. Than
This is
both.
the first time
Yeah.
I've ever smoked weed and drank at the same time in a movie theater.
Wow.
dies by a blaster.
Dude, I was fucked up when I was 15.
Like 3-4
shout
shots.
out to 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
All right, so my questions for you.
Yeah, let's do
Kind
it.
of doing
Yeah.
this. This is fun. This will be fun. Hang on one.
You ready to beatbox, Tom? It's time to wrap it up. Wrap it up. The final questionnaire.
All right.
Here we
I don't know
come.
how many questions I wrote. I wrote them down. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But these will go by quick. Okay. What's the first lie that you told that you can remember?
Oh shit. Dude, oh man.
I remember one when I was younger. It's actually a really funny story. This will give you some time to think about yours. Because when I was a kid, I don't remember what friend it was or whomever, but I went to his soccer team's, football, their like trophy, like thing that they had at some pizza restaurant because he invited me to go. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I want to go. Fucking, I love pizza, you know? Like,
Right.
I'm fucking 4 years old or whatever. And when the time came to
said
where,
that?
yeah, when the time came they were giving the trophies, I walked out in line and to get my trophy. I was not on this soccer team at all. So it's like a fucking blatant lie. You know, like I walk up there, I want my fucking trophy. I get up to the front, the coach says, "Who the hell are you?" It was so embarrassing. I was fucking mortified. I was a child. So
Yeah.
that's probably the earliest thing I remember me lying about.
Dude, I can't
Okay.
even remember.
You know,
the earliest one.
It's just a good enough story to be like, that's like one of the first things I
Ever.
can still remember.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I don't know why my memory is absolute shit.
It's probably from
Yeah, you know
medications.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I totally believe that because my memory used to not be this bad.
dude, my
I mean,
memory's
like,
fucking
when
terrible.
when I was 17, my mom had finally found out that I lost my virginity, and that was like the biggest lie. She was like a handful of years too late, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, she was the first one. Like that face, just like,
Yeah.
was she your first? And I'm just like, you know, buffering, just
Yes,
like,
this is the perfect
all right,
thing to
playing out
say
every
right now.
consequence in my head. I'm like, no, yeah, I'm fucking
Yes,
17.
she was
Yeah.
the first girl ever that had shown me that right there, that in her pants.
But like that's just one that comes to mind. I can't really. If I'll sit here forever if I have to think any further.
The first lie I ever told was about this. I told my parents that this kid was stealing my lunch money
Ooh.
when he actually wasn't. So my parents would give me more money to buy food. Oh yeah. They call. Okay, so I don't remember what name I said.
Dude,
what
that's
name I
elaborate.
used to say like, oh, the so and so. I
William Not Sweet.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't remember what name I had like made up in my head for this
Willem
imaginary
Vandersweet.
villain.
Yeah.
I don't remember what name I used for this imaginary villain in my head, but there ended up being a
Count
kid
Dooku.
in the class 2 doors down from me with that same name, and I go to the principal's office, and my mom is standing in there, and the principal goes, "Hey, is this the kid stealing your lunch, man?" I go, "No, who the hell is that?" And my mom was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Dude, she was pissed. Okay, so
man.
that was the first lie I ever told that I remember telling.
Yeah.
All right, so the next question I had was...
Oh wait, if we're talking, I mean, I've totally gotten out of school a few times from like, oh, my head hurts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's not a fun story.
Yeah.
I tried to go to the nurse's office, and
Oh, I did
told
that
them
so many times.
They were like, "So why are you here?" I was like, "Oh, I'm having cramps, Kathy." Eating back. And she's like,
some
"Why do you
tampons?
need?" I'm like, I was like, "It's just that time of the month."
You need some
like,
Midol, motherfucker.
Bro, I tried so hard. The nurse,
man.
she started cracking up,
Oh, dude,
and
that's
she got in
hilarious.
trouble about it. She's like, "Listen, you can stay here for the rest of the period." Just because you were the first
because you
person
tried this hard.
who tried to pull that one out, like
That's
holy
good.
fuck, and
that's
it's like
too
a
good, man.
privilege,
All right, next question, kind of on the same token as lying.
Token.
Is, if you ever have kids, will you tell them about Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny?
the
Like, will
Easter
I tell
Bunny,
them-
Like
probably
meaning
not.
will you like if someone asks, like if your son asks, "Daddy, what's that? What's that fat man in the suit there?" "Oh, that's Santa Claus. He's not real, but the story is that he's this whatever." "Oh, Daddy, what's that?" "That's the Easter Bunny, but it's not real though." Or "What's the Tooth Fairy, Daddy?" Like like
I don't want to shit on my kids' dreams immediately, so like I'll wait
Yeah.
until around the time like I was officially confirmed. You were confirmed at 3?
at 3.
I think
Wow.
Thought
I
you were
think
just like,
that
yeah, that was
three
me.
three is the good age for all of that, because I think that
I don't.
I don't
the
think
one
so.
the one
Wow.
major one that like I'll get into my answer too. I'm sorry for
No, you're
interrupting
fine.
you
I'll-
like a fucking diggity dunce, but the one that stands out for me is like, how are you gonna tell kids where babies come from? And at what
That's the
cognitive
one
level
that-
do they realize that woman is pregnant with a child inside of her? Where the fuck is the stork at? Like,
But
like,
but
like,
see the thing is like
why is her body shaped like that? Oh, it's because there's a fucking fetus inside of her.
Yeah, but that's a real life thing. The Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and Santa Claus
Yes.
are like
See,
you know.
But the thing is that the Tooth Fairy is a funny one because it's like harmless. What's the child
True.
gonna get out of a lie? Some money.
True.
That's pretty dope lie if you ask me. The other one, the Easter Bunny
Benji was.
is kind of the Easter Bunny specifically is towards like Christianity or Catholicism. So it's like it's if you plan on teaching your kids that this is the religion that we want to practice inside the house, which is something that I'm going to inevitably probably not do just because I don't go to church anymore. Tina doesn't go to church anymore. I like doing stuff on Sunday mornings, like
I like sleeping.
Same.
Yeah,
on Sundays.
sleeping. I
I like taking the Lord's name in vain on Sunday.
I like boycotting the NFL on Sundays. But and then the thing is with the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus is that there are people that dress up like the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus, like you said, at like the mall and stuff. Is like that Santa Claus. We celebrate his figure as someone for like the gift of like family and tradition, love, and stuff like that. Like Easter Bunny, it's like, oh well, this is like some guy that people liked a lot had died, and then he rose, and then this like bunny that apparently, leaves eggs.
I'll probably. I
Because
don't know.
bunnies.
But that's what I'm saying though. Are you gonna?
don't
Are you?
leave eggs? Like
Yeah, but that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I mean though. Is like, are you gonna tell your kids that Santa Claus is a man that comes every year and comes down a chimney and eats cookies and leaves you presents? Or are you gonna?
I'm Santa.
I will. Yeah. Well, technically, I mean, I will. When it comes to the Easter Bunny, I'll probably describe it a little differently to my kids.
I don't want my kids to be the ones that break the news.
Exactly.
Too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't,
that's true.
exactly what I was gonna get to.
I never
do
even
not
thought
want
of that.
my
That's a
kid-
good point.
I want my kid to be like, hey, yeah, well, the Easter Bunny's not real. It's Santa Claus, and then all of a sudden some little
that
girl's
would
crying,
fucking
and
suck.
I'd be like, dude,
I
you little shithead, what are you doing?
do have an answer that ultimately covers all three of those. If you guys want to hear it,
I do.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not going to have fucking children.
Same.
So it's like like,
So
whatever.
yeah, that's it.
Sorry for be the bearer
Ultimate-
of bad
hey, it
news,
sounds
but
like
I'm
fun.
Barrett.
I'd love to have
I'm
a
pretty
little
dry
mini me
myself.
running around, but
There ain't nothing
not
down there.
anytime soon.
So, but yeah, what year? But at what age? Did you, okay, you said 3. So, what year did you find out that all that wasn't
I was
real?
like,
I don't remember
like
when I found out all
I was
those.
like
Oh, really?
eight or
Okay.
something like that.
I was in fourth grade.
yeah,
I was in fourth
like
grade. I think I was like
8 or
9 years old.
Yeah.
Whenever the Harry Potter books came out is when I
yeah.
found out.
And
I found
so-
I only knew that because I saw them like hidden somewhere in a closet,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, I was like, Ma, like, I don't know why it ran. I was like, Ma, like, be honest with me, okay? Just a little
Be
8-year-old
honest
me.
with me.
Be honest, come on. Santa Claus real? And she's just like, and I was just like, what about the Easter Bunny? No. Okay. And I walked away. I was like, oh my God, you guys, fucking
Yeah.
Santa Claus and Easter Bunny aren't real. And they're
Yeah.
like, no fucking duh. And I was
Yeah.
like, shit! I'm like, why am I the last one in the show?
Mine was, I think I found presents for me when I was younger, and then I opened them up, so I made my parents believe that I still thought that Santa Claus was real.
yeah,
I feel.
Which shows a lot about my character today.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like, fuck you, Forrest. You're a
I just
piece
had that
of
level.
shit.
I just had that level with me moment with my mom at 8. It was great. I don't have those anymore. So
Because
Yeah.
it was, my parents used it as a tool for me to act like a better child. You know, like, well, if you're
That's
not
what
good, then
that's
you
what
know
I was
Santa
saying
will come.
because
It's like, for me with my kids, if it was me being like, if you're not good, like, I'm not gonna buy you that shit you like.
yeah.
that's
Makes
true.
sense.
That does make sense actually.
Like, why give you a hidden incentive? Make your father proud.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't make Santa Claus proud.
Yeah. That's a good way to
Yeah.
look at it too.
But I'm not gonna like shit on anyone's like Christmas stuff. I think that the holidays are awesome. You know, like I've always enjoyed them.
yeah.
People seem to
eventually
be a
stems
lot
into
nicer
festivities.
during that time
Yeah,
of the year,
exactly.
so I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, what's your next
The
question?
next question I have for you guys is, what is the first movie that you remember seeing?
I mean,
No bullshit.
No bullshit.
Power Rangers.
Fucking A New Hope.
At what age?
Well,
I was young, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably like 4.
Wow.
I feel like
that's good.
I feel like the first one that I really like remember is the Power Rangers movie, but I know I've probably seen more before that. I can't fully remember, but I definitely watched Star Wars at a really young age.
I've
too.
definitely watched movies before that too.
Mhm.
You know, like other movies, but that's the one that stands out.
For sure.
You know,
Power
because you
Rangers
know,
or
when I was a
Ace
child,
Ventura.
when I was a baby, I
Nice.
used to watch like the fucking like Muzzy videos. You
Oh
know, where
my
they teach
God,
you languages.
I remember those.
You know, I used to have this VHS of like the original Transformers like TV
Wow.
show from 1984,
Hell yeah.
which is I still believe very underrated. I think that what they've done to those movies has absolutely destroyed the franchise.
I could see that.
The only thing that
well,
good came out of that
mean-
was that last Linkin Park song. Like
Well, I mean, the first Transformers and the second one was really good. Then after that, it kind
I
of
didn't even-
tarnished.
so why are you
the
gonna
name.
make
Dude,
like 3 more?
If I'm gonna be that guy, I really
Yeah.
do not give a shit about the Transformers movies. If I
Just-
see them and someone's like, "Let's watch Transformers," I'll be like, "Can we watch something that I'm gonna be
I
interested
will-
in?" Because I'm not interested.
we
You-
can.
I think you
I'll-
would like the first one a lot.
I did.
Fuck
no, I
that.
did watch it.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
just,
I'll show you the original cartoon
dude, I used to watch
series
the original cartoon. My
because
brother did. So I
because
watched
that shit like I don't know why, but it has that like, you know, it's kind of like watching old cartoons. It gives you that sense of like, oh, this is fucking great.
like Dragon
you know,
Ball
like
for me.
this is
Oh,
cool.
Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z,
Old
dude.
Dragon
you
Ball,
know,
man. That's
fucking
like a classic for me.
Gundam series. You know me with Gundam. I
Yes.
fucking love Gundam.
I love Gundam Wing, dude. That was my shit. First movie I remember seeing, it was either Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Whichever
Some
one of those.
Disney stuff.
Yeah.
I've definitely saw like Lion King and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember when Lion King came out though.
Lion King came out when I was in second grade, so that was probably like 1994, 1995.
I watched
Yeah,
Ace
when I was like
Ventura.
5. So
Yeah, I watched Ace Ventura so much that like I used to be able to quote it front to back at a really young age. Like
Yeah.
like
Dude,
when I
my-
was like 8 or 9, I could literally, and I didn't know what half the shit meant, but I was
Dude,
like,
my dad
say
took
it.
me out of school to go see When Nature Calls.
Oh, bless your dad.
Dude, that was the
Oh,
best
so-
day ever. He took me out of school.
Bumblebee
He's
tuna?
like, Bumblebee tuna. He was like, Billy, you want to go see this movie with me? I'm like, sure, Dad. What am I going to go see? It's like the second Ace Ventura movie. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay,
Pet
so then,
Detective was my shit.
I love the second one better.
I love both of them like the same.
All right, so the next question is, what was the first R-rated movie you ever saw? And then what was the first R-rated movie you saw in the theaters?
Okay. Shit. First R-rated movie. Oh, when was this?
Could I see your phone unlocked?
What was Stephen King's It rated?
It was a television miniseries, so I don't know if it was rated anything before.
Because that was a pretty fucked up movie. I just remember seeing that when I was really young.
I mean,
It has.
yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
So I saw that when I was like 5 or 6.
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude, that's first nightmare ever. Was like clown nightmares for years. Not afraid of that shit anymore at all.
Have you seen the new one?
Yeah, it's fucking, dude. I loved it. I don't know. Have you seen it?
Hell no.
Ooh, dude.
I'm never going to.
Dude.
Dude, okay,
man.
I saw the spoiler alert. I saw the clip of where Pennywise bites off Georgie's arm, and I couldn't sleep for 3 days.
Dude, it's it's literally like the first 5 minutes, and that's the huge ass like.
The first R-rated movie I ever saw was called Puppet Master. I was really young. I was at my friend's house and we watched it. I guess that his parents had owned like the VHS or something. It's a movie that came out in 1989, and it's this movie about like these puppets that just like come to life and kill humans.
Nice.
So it was like a nice
I feel
little.
like I've seen that before, but
Yeah.
You know, that was the
Not a
first
long
R-rated movie I ever saw. The first one I saw in theaters. I don't know if it was 300 or
That movie's
Mine
awesome.
was one of the Saw movies. I went and saw it with a chick finally.
Nice.
because I got into that movie whenever it came out.
That came out in 2006.
So I was 16. No, it kind of had to be before that. But that's the one that kind of stands out. I think just because it was a really good movie.
Oh fuck yeah, that movie rules. First R-rated movie I saw.
Because I was watching like Saw and all that
Dude.
shit too. I don't remember when Saw came out either.
My sophomore year of high school, 2004.
Oh, then then I saw Saw before 300. Then.
Wait, no.
Just my
Yeah, no,
timeline
you're right.
of shit is just kind of off.
Oh,
you
was
know?
it my junior? I think it was my junior.
Those were the years when I started
Oh, no.
experimenting with drugs.
Yeah.
The first Saw movie came out when I was a junior in high school because Saw 2 was the first one I saw in theaters, and that was when I was a senior. But
This
okay,
mic
so,
stand is fucking.
yeah, I
dude.
was
Yeah,
gonna
I've been
say,
watching
I've
it
been watching it like
slowly,
the whole time,
Go
dude.
flaccid on you.
So
Dude,
the
it's hard as fuck now.
first R-rated movie
Stiff
I
as
ever
a
saw not in the theaters was The Matrix.
The Matrix is
Yes.
a good movie.
I saw that when I was
Funny enough,
in
Jake was watching it before I left the house.
I think I saw it in 5th or 6th grade, I think. And then the first R-rated movie I saw in the theater was Old School.
Old school.
I remember seeing Old School.
That's a
back in
great
the day,
movie.
but,
I just
like,
watched it the other day. It was really funny.
I think my friend brought over the DVD and we watched it then. And we were young.
You
still.
got it.
Dude, check out
So
what I brought over.
How many questions do you have left?
2.
2?
All right.
All right, what was the first concert you ever went to? I'll just combine the two. What's the first concert you ever went to, and what's the best show, like concert-wise, that you can remember?
Okay. The first like actual
Doesn't matter.
concert that I
Matter.
went to.
It doesn't matter if it's like a hardcore show or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a...
So the first one, I actually went
pop
for my
artist or
friend's
whatever.
band. Funny enough, they opened for Let Live, so I got to see Let
That's
Live as
sick.
like one of my first shows, and like, dude, it was crazy. The
What
venue-
band was it?
Dude, I cannot remember his band name. He was my friend. He was the bassist in it, and they're pretty. Their guitarist was really good, and they were one of the technical metal bands that like. Because eventually I became a vocalist for my band, and like Kevin, my guitarist, is a prodigy at guitar still. So like they were kind of like the two shredders of the local scene. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I saw them with Let Live, and then my favorite concert I've ever been to, Under Oath, because I needed to cross that off my bucket list.
Right.
Interesting.
Being
My first was Under Oath.
really.
Yeah, I think that like in the scheme of things that seems the most right
Yeah.
because that's when I first moved to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, being on
Saw
Eastern
them.
Washington, like people never came through. Like
Yeah.
it was always Seattle was the big,
Because before I lived in
Spokane
Pennsylvania,
doesn't
I
really
lived in,
have any
I lived in
exactly.
I lived in Kansas, and I moved to Pennsylvania when I was young. I moved to Pennsylvania when I was probably like 12.
So when they did come through too, my mom was very protective over me until I was about like 16, 17.
Yeah,
And so
I was
like, hey,
I
can
was
go to
like
the
I think
show?
I was 13 when I
Yeah.
saw Under Oath.
I was like, can I go to the show? Like, no, just like shit. Yeah, so it was either Under Oath or The Used, because those were two of the ones that I needed to cross off my bucket list as like a younger kid, because The
That's
Used
awesome.
never came through too. So
yeah,
I saw them.
it was The
Warped
Bled
Tour.
and Under Oath.
Ooh, hell yeah, dude!
Yeah.
I remember wanting to go to that damn tour too, and I couldn't. Like, I love The Bled. The Bled toured with The Used a few times as well, but
And then my favorite concert. Fuck, I don't know, dude. There's just too many genres at this point. It's like, do I
Yeah,
say
'cause you-
do I
doesn't
say
matter.
Nas or do I say fucking like the Mars
yeah,
Volta?
because you listen
know,
to
it's
like way more music.
Yeah,
than
dude,
I
it
do
doesn't
as
matter.
well, too.
Whatever one pops out.
I
at you,
don't.
you
I don't
fuck.
think I could. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, there's just, like different genres, different.
nothing's been
experiences,
super elaborate. Like, I've never gone to like. Maybe I have. I just don't remember. I've seen a lot of fucking bands, and I've seen some like really prestigious like rappers. You know, like really good rappers too.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to pick even between like if I had to pick one between both of those to give you whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say like my favorite rapper I ever saw was definitely Nas.
Oh yeah.
You know, that was one of those things
My
that was
sister
just
loves Nas.
fucking amazing. You know, he's like in everyone's top 5. You know, if you're talking, if you fuck with rap, you know,
Dude, Hannibal Buress is opening for him and Lauryn Hill.
that's insane.
That's
awesome.
crazy.
But fucking, I like that show a lot. That was cool. Favorite band I've ever seen? I don't know. Probably like the 30 times I've seen Minus the Bear.
Nice.
That counts.
choice.
It's my favorite band. You know,
Hell yeah.
I mean, like maybe not so much anymore, but like I don't listen.
That's
to
one of those
fucking.
it's one of those classical ones like they use.
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, like that. They just always fucking shred. You know,
Yeah.
like they were always dope.
Yeah.
What about you?
My first concert that I remember was Hootie and the Blowfish at the Tacoma Dome when I was in first grade.
What? You're just so sick.
That's so tight.
Apparently, when I was a little kid, my mom and my grandma took me to see Neil Diamond when it was
Wow.
yeah.
I
don't remember
I saw
it,
Little
though.
River Band actually with my mom, dude.
That's
When I was
cool.
way young, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, and then
The lights go down in the Anyways.
and then I guess my favorite, the best concert that I've ever been to is I don't even know either, man.
You've been to a lot.
I've been to a good amount of
I
concerts in my
haven't.
life.
I'm like kind of the shut-in recently, so.
I would
mean,
say maybe the Mars Volta was probably another standout one though, because they were the only band that played, and they played a 3-hour set.
I would say
And that was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I would
I was
say-
seeing people tripping on acid just fucking
Wow.
out of it. Like, you know what, dude, think about it. Fucking
And, like,
3-hour set.
They're
Like,
4 dimensions old.
yeah, you know, like, fuck, man. Like, that's crazy.
I would say that one of the best concerts ever is when I saw Sum 41 at Chain. That's like
Alright.
one of them. When I saw Third Eye Blind, that was another one. Blink 182 last year was another one. And then probably like
Hatebreed?
I haven't seen Hatebreed yet.
Dude, Hatebreed's fucking sick live, bro.
Dude, Breaking Benjamin was fucking awesome.
I used to listen.
They did like a what? You're shaking your head.
Yeah, I am shaking my head. I'm sorry. I
Dude,
definitely
okay,
just
all right,
clipped
check
too,
it out
so
though.
fuck it.
Here's the thing though. They're one of those bands where when they do a headliner, they're the kind of bands that like do drum solos and guitar solos and all that kind of stuff. But for this particular concert, they did a cover medley. They did like 7 minutes of random covers, and they did like a minute of each. They did the Imperial March, they did Bulls on Parade, they did Sad But True, Schism by Tool, and they did something else. Yeah, dude, the fucking bassist opened with that riff, and they did like the first like fucking like half of that song, dude. It was ridiculous. That was honestly a really good concert, though. I went to that show by myself too. It was so stupid. I can't believe it now, but it was fun though. And then I don't know. I would say like Spring Breakdown 2009 was a pretty gnarly lineup.
Yeah.
That was like Immure, Impending Doom, Suffocate, Abacab, For the Fallen Dreams. Great Commission was on it. And the next day was the Ghost Inside Underneath the Guns last show. Suicide Silence headline, Blood Runs Black, I believe, was on it.
See, that's all shit that I used to listen to. Like,
Yeah.
Deathcore.
Like, nowadays, if I hear like someone brings
Bro,
I'm just like, I don't know half these bands.
Speaking of deathcore, the epitome of the deathcore tours that are coming to the 10-year anniversary marks, the Somatic Defilement 10 year and the Cleansing 10 years are coming up. Please tell me you know of these.
There's a 10-year anniversary tour for Whitechapel's.
The Somatic Defilement, yes.
What?
December
That-
6th at the Glass House.
Really?
It is Whitechapel, Carnifex, Rings of Saturn, Entheos, and So This Is Suffering. Shout out.
This is Suffering is
Shout
on that
out,
tour.
shout out to my boy Rudy and to my boy James, and So This Is Suffering for getting on that fucking tour. You guys fucking kill it.
That's a lot of like that.
Dude,
I'm really stoked.
yas. Okay, and then the Suicide Silence Cleansing 10-year tour is 10 days after that at the Glass House. That lineup is Suicide Silence, Winds of Plague, Slaughter to Prevail, and this band called Prison, which is the I believe like some of the members of the band Adalia is in.
Uh-huh.
So that's gonna be fucking nuts. I'm gonna go to both of them.
Wait, if Somatic Defilement is 10 years this year, that means next year the Facelesses fucking 10 years.
Right, dude. Okay, so
Whoa, bro.
now
Planetary Duality
now
tour.
wait a minute. All right, look.
With Meshuggah again, dude.
my
Oh,
God.
fuck.
Now,
We need
dude,
to
have
stop
you seen the
talking
billions
about
and billions and billions and billions thing? The Donald
Yes.
Trump thing? Okay, first off, hold on. When I went to the Summer Slaughter tour, you know how the Faceless was supposed to play?
Yeah.
They didn't.
I'm not surprised. They had like a new.
No. So check it out.
New drummer. Something.
No. So check it out. They were there at the show,
Yeah.
but they didn't play because of a technical difficulty, which supposedly was their vocalist was too drunk, or they actually did have a technical difficulty with one of the guitars, and they literally were up there for 15 minutes,
Oh,
and so it took too long for them to set up. So just Dying Fetus played instead.
wow.
And Dying Fetus was like, sorry about the 15-minute interlude. This next song is called.
Yeah, it's just going ham. That's a death metal band, though.
Yeah, but the Summer Slaughter tour was like, it was pretty cool.
I can't believe Faceless didn't even play.
No.
I'm so glad it didn't go now.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
would
you would have been way
Bro,
disappointed.
I probably. Yeah.
you would have raged.
and fucking like
Yeah,
Slaughter.
you guys know me too
Yeah,
well.
man.
I
And
fucking
Slaughter to
love that
Prevail.
album.
my fucking body.
Yeah.
Slaughter to Prevail didn't even play
I
either.
would fight Michael Keane. I'd be like, yo, listen, Ego Boy, fucking, that's what you get for not playing a Planetary Duality in its fucking entirety, even
If
though
the-
I've basically already seen that happen.
If the
you know?
Faceless does have a Planetary Duality 10 year, they better bring fucking Veil of Maya and After the Burial to do their 10
Sumerian
years
shit?
They better do their 10 years for fucking.
Fuck that, bring back Arsonists, get all the girls too.
I know.
They
I know
still
the
are.
Veil of
They're on
Maya-
tour right now.
The Veil of Maya vocalist doesn't really. Like
I don't follow
playing their old
deathcore
shit
anymore,
either.
dude.
Well, Arson Scale, the
You
girls.
know me, I'm all about that cloud rap.
Yeah. Well, Arson Scale, the
deathcore.
girls were supposed to play at Chain in October for their 10 year of one of their records, but they unfortunately had to cancel. So that's that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it sucks, but whatever. It is what it is.
What's your last question?
Those were the last questions.
Oh,
What do you guys got going on? What's going on in
Nothing.
the lives of all you fellers?
I've been video editing.
Nice.
I've also been working on my own music,
Nice.
but it's not drum and bass, and it's not hardcore. So it's also not rap, but it's close to rap.
Okay. Is it like
I'm
R&B?
interested.
Yeah, it's like future R&B
Ooh,
type
yeah.
stuff.
R&B's
Hell yeah.
tight.
I fucks with
Nothing's
I'm gonna
really
sing a
going
little
on.
bit. I don't have a very good singing voice, but luckily I went to college for audio editing, so
Auto-tune that shit.
Yeah, man.
your boy be on that
T-Pain.
Melodyne like, ha.
What about you? What do you got going on with Set
Nothing.
Sights, man?
Just
I know you guys got
well, we're just doing our album artwork right now. We're getting that figured out.
I dig your artwork too. I was
Thank
checking
you.
it out.
Oh, they showed you.
I saw it, yeah, Mara
Yeah,
showed
and
me.
then we were supposed to shoot a music video on Sunday, but some complications came up with that, and now we have to wait till probably the end of the month to do that.
Jesus.
Yeah,
End of this month or October?
October.
Fuck that, dude.
End of
I'll talk to you guys about it after
Yeah,
we
that's
wrap up
fine.
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something I can't really discuss on a
worries,
public
yeah. It's
forum.
Cool. Yeah, dude. That's totally fine, dude.
But other than that, we're just jamming our 12 songs that we've written just every week, just to
Hell yeah.
keep our chops up, and we're working some behind the scenes stuff as far as like getting on the road and stuff. So hopefully all that stuff hopefully all that will come up sooner than later.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean,
We're gonna start recording his solo
yeah,
stuff.
I'm doing my own solo
Oh,
stuff for a
shit.
minute. Just like, it's been so long since I've put out music, and like we didn't even technically get to put out the old stuff. So
Right.
like, I'm just like, man, I just want to do some, and I've been working on some shit in my downtime, and so I'm probably gonna get that going. And then even my current band, we're still recording, and we're getting ready for next year to start like figuring out when we're gonna release some shit. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's pretty much like all we have to do is I'm going in and do bass vocals, and then my band stuff is done, and then I'm gonna do my own shit on the side and release that eventually. But other than
Yeah.
that, I'm just fucking skating and working and same shit, different
Enjoying
day.
life.
Yeah, man, trying to just play it nice and easy.
Yeah, just play it nice and easy. I feel like that's what we should all be doing right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude. speaking of playing it easy, it's 2 a.m.z.
Oh my god.
That's great. That's there's like a
Yeah.
2-hour podcast.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for caring. Thank you guys for writing stupid fucking comments.
Love it.
We love you. Keep doing what you do, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.